Good evening, Austin. Good evening, poker fans. Wow. This is Dante at Dante Poker. I am joined by
Kyle Whammo Frisbee,
who is always doing the streams nowadays. So great to be a part of this tonight. This is our Monday night 2-5 $2,000 cap, but it's also a match of stack. So that cap really doesn't mean a lot.
We'll get deep.
Yep, because these players can match the stack at 4,000 or 5,000, whatever the highest stack is in the room, and they have the ability to do that if they choose so. So we are off, and we're seeing a lot of favorites. A lot of people have been on the stream a lot of times before. So let's take a peek who we've got on the felt. I immediately saw Kevin in seat 9.
Kevin, the
yeah, and he's right next to
staple.
Chris. So he's 2 Chris's left. So that should be pretty fun. We've got the other Chris. I'm sorry, his name is Rizzler. He's in seat 3. Plays here a lot as well, though I don't think I've ever seen him on his stream, so this would be really fun for me. All I can remember about him is he could be actually.
Oh, yeah, always good to have a new player.
And we'll get through. I know I see Magic too as well. And we'll get through the rest of the players as we get through. But we always are going to start off with a bomb pot, of course. Hi, Rena. How are you doing?
You're looking good. I just noticed.
You're asking the other day. Because my first name is David. I was like, well, how does she? My last name is Dante. All right, we're going to start off the bomb pod here, and we are set. So let's take a look at see what we've got a nut flush draw, backdoor nut flush draw for Rizzler here. Plus he's got a gutter, so he's got a combo draw on one board. And just a pair on the other board. We've got queens here for Bertrand. Not a very powerful hand, even though it's got the spade or the diamond. It's a lot different than Field. And then Nolan Holden. That is one card that Rizzler did not want to see. The board pair.
Yeah, Kevin Y has trips now.
You want to figure out how your confidence just dwindles when you see it.
Yeah, so Kevin Y has a boat with Jack 9.
It's almost unfair. But, in bomb pots, that's not really the nuts.
Yeah.
Be so scared. It's maybe the nuts half the time.
Yeah, it's
pocket jacks, pocket 10s.
Yeah, very easy to overplay the bottom full house, even though it's so pretty when you're there.
And you should, yeah. If someone beats you, they just beat you. That's just the way it is. You just got to go with it. Kevin only has the one pair on top, so he's got something. It is top pair on the top board, but he's really banking on that boat there. And I like how the nut flush draw got out of there. A lot of times, if it was just regular hold'em, they would have been in there anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, bomb pot. Everybody's got it. Well, that flush would have won. I would have hit a flush for him, but Kevin was already there.
Yeah, good fold.
$1,100 pot, and we're going to chop it, so it's $80 for each. Kind of anticlimactic, but it could have been worse.
Yeah, I see people at the lower stakes make a lot of mistakes there, calling with a nut flush draw on a paired board. They get there and they are punished.
Yeah, sometimes in hold'em you can. A lot of times in hold'em you can still go on. Yeah. But yeah, typically in a bomb pot it's always a boat. 100%.
It's always a boat.
It's always a boat. If someone's betting, it's always a boat.
So you did it on purpose, huh? How's it going?
All right, we have a full table. Just waiting for one player to come in. It looks like he did. Straddle option there if Bertrand chooses to. So we've got stacks from $570 all the way up to $2,000 here. Again, the players can match the highest stack right now. But Kevin right now at $2,000, but he really could buy in for $2,000.
Yeah, I think Bertram, he has a history of buying in for $500, but if he needs a second bullet, he'll add on.
Yeah.
Actually ran it up pretty good a couple weeks ago when I was on the stream.
He's right. Right.
Steady Eddie.
I wouldn't say it if I didn't know. That's why. I mean, it's still like
Steady
familiar
Eddie.
with him
I'm
either.
not familiar with him. Have you played with Steady Eddie?
I have not.
No?
He looks happy though.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. He's got some assassins to his left, so this will be
Yeah,
interesting.
he's not in the best position. I think seat 1 would have been better for him.
Yeah.
But he may be that guy. He may be that guy that takes it
When
down.
do you think when you see a card you should tell people? Do you think it should be like as soon as you see it?
And Yes is here. Has been on the last few streams.
You're gonna take action on it.
Got a chance to chat and play with him over the weekend. Nice guy.
How was your weekend?
Oh, it was good. I
Yeah, sure.
had a really good cash run. So
I would have liked to have done that.
it was one of those nights when you just the decisions are simpler. If you have ace jack on the flop, comes ace jack jack, and your opponent turns a worse full house, it's pretty easy to get paid off.
It is, yeah.
And that would have been the biggest hand, and that was at 2-5, so it was a pretty decent pot.
You want to do 2, 5, 10, 20, Kevin? Double straddle?
Judge James is in seat 5. Let's see who else. The Riz we talked about. Yes, in seat 2.
I'm fine with
Burton
2, 5,
4. Steady Eddie is in seat 6. You do have this straddle on him, looks like. Now the players can straddle all the way around to the button if they choose to, and I've seen it lots of times.
I think we got up to 80
Maybe the
last
viewers
week, so
will, 7 or 4 people.
sometimes they'll get a little loose.
Yeah, that's why I changed
The
the title of the
strikes.
stream to 2, 5, 10.
I'm not gonna go for 7.
For the action tractor. Get a little walk there.
I have the Brunson offsuit. That's pretty. I don't think I can call it too off.
It's rare that Queen Jack is by far the best hand.
2 Broadway cards.
2 Broadway cards, that's about all I can say for it. Play Queen Jack offsuit pretty carefully.
The ambiance. Yeah.
Better wear.
Here, the ambiance.
The lighting is better.
Yeah, it makes me feel special.
This is, this is lights, camera, action.
Magic up first here. Hot garbage as they come.
Yeah, he had 7 deuce last hand. That wasn't much better, if at all.
Used to be BYOB there. Yeah, that's what made it so good.
Right.
And then they got rid of it and it went to shit.
Some cards here.
Yeah, that's weird to me that you can bring liquid.
So just to make a little upfront prediction, Dante, so we had an incredible stream a few weeks back where we got 90 hands into the stream before a single player had pocket aces. Mathematically is extremely improbable. What
More money and
what over under hand do you want to say will have the first pair of aces?
Under 30.
Say under. Okay, I'll take the over on 30.
I got the good one.
You did get the good one.
Well, you can't take it yet. It's better for the room, because before people would be leaving the room at like 5 in the morning.
All right.
Right, they're driving home.
Yeah, labs are. Well, they're not down. They're used for some reason we can only because TCH is a huge and they have lots of different clubs that do live streams, and I think you can only do labs for 1 live stream tonight. And we have a live stream going on in Dallas, I believe, for the that tournament, right?
Yeah,
there's a huge
table.
tournament, final table, 200 grand or something like that. So that's why it's going on over there, and we don't have labs tonight. So I apologize for that.
That's what I told them. They were like, I don't
Kind of really is Kyle's fault.
no, it's the law. It's TCH.
If you've been up to Fort Worth, they got this apartment called the Fort. I went there with a lady.
You can go over to the other stream and
They make her get a membership.
check your points and play. You can go over.
But please come back.
Please come back.
Everybody prefers to watch cash games anyway.
Well, yeah, like it's cool.
That's really. I try to watch some tournaments. But things that go on.
It actually is. Yeah, I agree. If I know somebody and I'm going to sweat them like our colleague here in the booth. Oh, wow. way under 30 hands for the first pair
Wow,
of aces.
$5. Give me $5. I don't.
Yeah, but I do definitely find cash games more interesting in general, unless I'm sweating a friend.
Let's throw some spades down there.
Just don't give you action.
Yeah. Well, you have a hand you can give me, actually, you know?
Yeah.
I didn't necessarily have a hand.
Pretty dry board.
Yeah, it's very, very
You
safe.
have king two?
I might even check this if I was just
I had
jamming.
a really good hand.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you know, I only played
I just didn't want to.
Shows the aces. No action from Chris. Can't really continue on a jack-high board with no backdoor draws.
Me or you? No, just the table. How many hands we going?
Over, under. Depends what they're dealing.
91.
95?
Hey, no tanking, okay?
Kevin's no stranger to the straddle.
I take the
Over on 95.
I take the with this table, with how many folds we've had free,
Yeah.
I think last
Yeah.
week we had a very low number.
Yeah, we were.
We were in the 80s last
See if
week.
we can get us one of those Nick Airball 20-minute tanks.
Players discussing how many hands we'll get to tonight. So we'll be with you until about 10 o'clock. So typically we're in the mid-90s to slightly over 100. Just kind of depends on the speed of the players.
All right, we have Steady Eddie in the hand here with his pocket fours, clearly hoping for a 4 on the flop. It's hard to really continue if you don't get there.
Yeah,
Even if you
like
have
if
the
you
best.
take, like, and I'm saying
So-
it's like a huge pot. That'd be like a 6
No
or 7
sets.
pot here. Like, I'm also the clock at 5 minutes.
Actually, everyone
Yeah,
basically
exactly.
misses.
Yeah, see, he's
If
got.
it's like-
Oh, Steady Eddie also has
it's
the
like-
only.
You know, a 1K bet into a 1K pot on the board here. Like, I'm probably gonna give you like.
Tough to be too excited about the 4 of spades, but
It is,
technically
yeah.
does have the best draw.
You're just gonna let it go here.
And then like my minimum time for calling the clock is probably like 2
The Riz, call him the Riz. Sensing weakness from everybody, and just goes ahead and says, "Oh, I'll take that free $100.
Always feels good to drag the first pot. Feel like there's always a little more tension in my body until I've dragged a pot.
Kevin, where's the other prestige? He hasn't been here.
Probably busy with his work stuff. Yeah, he has
All right, we have
family-
Kenny
family
Rogers
responsibilities, probably working.
in the chat. You know Kenny, don't you?
Of course, the gambler, Kenny
Mm-hmm.
Rogers. Hey, buddy.
By donation.
Good to see you.
Why aren't you proceeding?
Hopefully you've been running well at the PLO tables.
Really?
He loves that. I hate PLO. I'll just say.
I'm not a fan, although I did win the PLO tournament here at TCH.
I saw that. Congratulations. I meant to text
So
you.
maybe I should change what should be
I'm
my
a terrible
specialty.
PLO player, but to burst
But-
your bubble, I've won that several times.
Yeah.
And I'm terrible. You're better than I am. Ooh, we have kings here for Bertrand. Kevin with Queen 10 suited rightfully is going to see a flop here.
The dreaded ace on the flop when you
I
hold
was just
the
about
kings.
to say, yeah, that's how can you continue multi-way a lot of times, right? One of those guys has an ace. He's
Yeah,
probably
kind of
just going
got
to
to
get a
be
call here. from
shutting
Barber.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The main
Barber does have backdoor flush as well.
I don't know. It's like I've never seen it.
And that should tell Bertrand that he has an ace. Now he has 2 pairs. He's really not going anywhere.
Way behind.
But the flush comes in. This is actually just a horrible card for Bertrand, or a good card for him, because now he can get away when the obvious draw comes in, maybe.
Yeah, he could represent no hearts in Barber's hand to block any flushes, so
I like this bet from Barber, because if he just had the lone king of hearts here, he wants to be able to get some value from that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm from like the country in Ohio. Like, it's
For weed in a mason jar, that's about it.
now, unfortunately, Barber is in the terrible situation. He doesn't have a heart. He has 2 pair. He's going to check, and now Bertram can take this away. But
Bertrand
he
should bet here big.
definitely should bet here. He's got to turn his kings into a bluff.
Yeah, because if Barber had a
Oh,
if Barber had a heart,
checks back. Yeah, I think 225 wins that. Just really hard for Barber to call with no heart.
heard both. I don't know. I just moved there. I think most people say elder. So, I bet a lot this guy's not going to.
Pertinalis or Pertinalis?
I didn't know one looks before.
That's pretty cool.
Well, then just give him
$20 straddle on.
That a boy, Riz.
That's showing some Riz.
Just getting off work here from looks like Dominic. Just kidding. That does spark a
Mason jars are
good
underrated.
question here. Favorite pizza place? You probably would have.
Oh,
Just chain pizza place.
all around. They're in
best chain pizza
Yeah.
place. I actually had. I'm proud of myself because I had a good answer for the first part. So I'll answer that too, because I just discovered this place.
Well, that's even better. I
That's
guess.
a truck off of North Burnett,
They last forever.
and it's called
literally.
Pedrosa's Pizza. It's some of the best pizza I've ever had in my life.
Okay.
It's
All right.
featured on some
I'm gonna have
YouTube
to-
shows. Yeah, you definitely try it. The favorite chain.
Stanley.
Ooh.
Stanley's popular.
I kind of think I like Domino's
Stanley makes
over
a freaking beer
Papa
stein.
John's now, since they changed the recipe.
Two 12-ounce
I
beers in
don't
there,
like Papa John at all.
and it'll keep
I like.
them cold the whole time you're in the pool. It's
I like.
great.
I don't know if you had mod pizza.
I've heard of it, but I haven't had it. No, it's good.
Yeah, it's a little pricey, but yeah, they make individual pizzas for you.
Made my own coffee.
It's thin crust, so it's more like New York pizza.
Awesome.
All right,
One
here we
thing I do
go.
get worried about
Sorry to
is
get on that tangent.
One more. Have you been to Viva 313?
No.
That's a good local chain.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like that's the one
I mean,
thing. I get
if we do
worried
get pizza, it's like once
Well,
a
I think
month.
it has to be like
We really
cold.
can't have it a
Or
lot,
if
but
they had
Marco's
it
is
maybe on
kind
a
of
stone surface.
Go
go-to,
to.
yeah.
That's good.
that
Hi, everybody loves
they do
6-7
create
suited. I
rings
can
on,
tell
like, the
you
grand
that.
spaces. You gotta watch it.
I'm gonna go to a flop here.
Oh, yes, is going to 3-bet a suited connector.
I mean, I've never had one.
Nice play.
Yeah, I really like this bet here. And for Barber, even though we can see that he's winning, this is probably a fold a lot of times.
Yeah, and also just having seen Barber play, he's going to fold these 3-bets quite a bit if he has a hand like ace-10 offsuit. But he comes
I
along.
like that. Out of position, though. He's going to be first to act here. Didn't kind of smash this at all.
I love it.
Yes has shown that he is willing to bomb it all the way to the river.
Doesn't need a bomb now. He does have a 6. He has the best hand right now, but he can't be confident in that.
That's true. I
Even
want to
though
know
Barber
more.
did check, he's just simply letting you continually bet there. And of course now Barber's going to have to like. He can never call. He can raise.
Yeah.
He can never just call. Although we've seen really good players just call and then go for it on the turn.
What I love is, I think you maybe turned to talk to me, but if there was a moment there where, yes, when Barber folded, did the little like quick head shake, like he was disappointed that he got the fold.
Oh, those are.
When he's got middle pair,
Yeah, none of you see,
little
I
gamesmanship.
do that too sometimes.
Yeah, me too.
Anyway, someone does it.
Like, oh, I just can't get action with my huge hand.
I have
Sitting there with bottom pair praying for a fold.
I have cheater if you want to do outdoor climbing. We can do outdoor climbing.
Kevin prefers
Did I see 60?
Shannon Rock. I'll go with
I didn't catch that.
Yeah,
Looked away.
but Magic with Jacks.
The jiggities, there's no right way to play
50
them.
over the straddle. Pretty good sizing.
No, seriously, we
I
can
like
climb.
Kevin's hand too. He was
I have gear. I have a rope. I have a quick draw. How are you?
Magic is a very good player. I've seen his game on stream. I've played with him.
I used to be a lot
Yeah.
better. I used to climb like V8, V9.
It's a very expensive and I believe, or I'm sorry, expensive, a very high profitable, higher stakes play.
V9 might be stretching it.
That's how I would describe it.
Why'd you stop?
I gained a bunch of weight. I still climb, but I climb really shittily now. I climb like V2.
bad spot here for Bertrand. Top pair, decent kicker, backdoor, straight flush there. Magic with the overpair.
I mean, I did
really
stop,
too
like,
concerned
Yeah.
about.
I wasn't doing it as much, but
And
yeah,
his
like, I used to
SPR is
like
really
going
low.
to stay in shape for rock
He just has to stick it in here.
Yeah, he's gonna have to
If
go
he
all in here.
continues,
He's-
yeah.
I mean, I don't know where else he would stick his money in. That would be worse than this.
Yeah, here it comes.
And he's live, right? Queen or a 10 or
I could talk
some
about
sort
rock
of
climbing.
streeting card or maybe a spade on the turn would help his cause there. He does leave 120 behind. That's probably going to get all in.
Does turn the flush draw.
Yeah, that is a terrible card there for Magic. Obviously, they're both going to get it in here.
Yeah. Magic still way in the lead, but one of the better turn cards for
I
Bertram.
think Bertram hits it.
You're feeling a hit?
Yeah, Magic's energy was low. Jack on.
Oh, the set.
I was
Oh, they're
like,
running
Jack
it
of spades.
twice.
Ooh.
Holds on
I
both.
was wrong. Magic's going to take the whole pot. He's like, yeah,
Nice, Sam.
it's what I do.
If I did, I wouldn't tell you.
Bertram getting out the second bullet here.
I don't know if I can put my whole stack on. He knew he was getting all in with his
Yeah, you
stack.
just, it's one of the dangers of buying in short. If you're going to play queen 10 suited and that you get that flop, you're just in a tough spot of,
I mean, it's not that a big raise would have gotten Magic to fold, but at least gives you options, right? Can I bluff him out of that? Can I, if I bet like 900, can he call?
yeah.
You know, it puts him to the test.
One of the
you
reasons
know,
why I took the
but
weight loss bet is just
either way,
Yeah, you feel pretty comfortable calling off the 350 into a $150 pot with an overpair. Just not very scary board.
I guess we'll never climb together. I don't know.
Did you go to the gym, Chris?
so how are your Dallas Cowboys doing in the off season?
Your day?
The short answer, and I see the smirk on your face, is
I couldn't help it.
how are they doing would be they're doing nothing. They haven't, they've made almost no moves to improve, and
Gave away
other teams
Pollard,
have
huh?
certainly made some good moves. Yeah, it. I would say I'm not optimistic about this upcoming year.
Yeah, my Eagles got too many players in the free agents. I don't understand how they do that. Well,
I don't know how.
with money,
Yeah, no, it
and they're
just.
still 30 million under.
Yeah, they're going to be really good.
Hey, Devin White, 7.5. I just, yeah, I don't know how that.
I couldn't
Y'all
even tell
lost Swift though, right?
We got Barkley.
That's right, but y'all got Barkley. Yeah, that's right.
And now the NFL is investigating Eagles.
What is your
They
most?
think they reached out to Barkley before the.
I like a lot of
No, you can't talk
Oh.
to them. You know that stuff happens at back doors.
It's things that like a lot of things.
Yeah, it's always they lose a 7th round pick 5 years from now. Like it doesn't
No, don't compare me to
usually not that big of a penalty.
Grinder food.
I agree. Best bang for your buck. I agree.
Most bang for your buck.
Kevin, you and I are more
Let's
alike
get,
than you thought.
No, that's not true. You want to think that, but that's not true.
Steady Eddie. Let's get him a pot here. He's got
Let's see what he's got.
connecting cards in this
Really?
draft.
I would not believe that because you look like you rock.
It could be worse there.
You don't have to believe it.
You have a good upper body for it.
I'm telling you.
I guess I kind of believe it because I've never run into you, but
Magic just folded Jack 9 under the gun, which not a bad play, but
Yeah, I mean that's.
right on the edge of what you should be
I
opening.
would.
there.
Yeah, I'd probably
Why
wait
would
to
I
more
be
like
mad?
under the.
Kevin's trying to tilt me.
The button on and 2 spots past, but
Yeah, I'm not. I
It's
think
so-
a lot of people play it there. I fold that there.
yeah, I fold that there in the next 3 seats. I think a lot of people love just and you see this in the 1-2 game, right? Jack 9 gets played 100% of the time out of position because because there's not going to be a raise or a
The most
3-bet.
genuine.
Yeah.
Usually in 1-2.
You're the most genuine
And
person.
so you get to see a lot of flops in a smaller game, but this most certainly will get raised 90% of the time.
No, I would say genuine, not a genuine with you. I'm like, what the fuck?
So we are on to the next hand, but we're just waiting.
There you go. Don't never into it. Don't never. Oh, well.
Straddle out.
Oh, this is the hand. There was a glitch.
Oh.
Our producer gave us a note, so I think we're in the clear now.
No, Chris is a hell of a nice guy.
The only person I wouldn't be mad at is Barber if I get stacked like that. That's the only person. Everybody else I'll be.
Barber's like the nicest guy here. Literally.
That's why you'd be the most.
That's why I'll
upset.
be.
Because he's so nice.
3 bets it to 100. Man, I really like the way this guy's playing.
Name Barber.
Yeah, he
Aggressive
plays
with a
aggressively. He's
really tight, aggressive style. But Steady Eddie. Now, here's the problem for Steady Eddie. Not there's a problem.
You got the hair.
He hasn't played any hands.
yeah.
He looks like he's an old man coffee type.
Yep.
Whether he is or not,
So
I don't
far.
know. So when he raises here, he doesn't raise.
He just flatted with
That's
the queens.
dangerous.
That is
That's
very
dangerous.
dangerous.
There's 2 barbers. Take the one with the worst.
And he's going to get possibly punished here. Yes, doesn't have a diamond, though.
No. You could be like a.
That's
You
such a
look
great
like, you
flop
look like
for
the guy in
him.
the commercials that'd be like sitting in front of like a campfire, like in your room.
Oh, and just the worst turn.
Yeah, I didn't like that check from either player.
Calling you old.
Well, he's got the second nut flush here.
Yeah, steady Eddie's going to be.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
I like
Checks
his check. Did you
again.
see his check? How he just kind of slammed down like, I give up. He was trying to get a bet
He
from
got
him.
the give up. That was a nice check back from Yes.
Yeah, I mean, he was like, he knew he wasn't going to win the hand, right, with that run out, but I like the fact that he didn't bet.
I will say if there's a possible leak in my game, I have such a hard time not pulling the trigger and bluffing there on the river if I'm Yes. But, you know, have to try to balance it.
Yeah, I think for Yes, I think, what's his name? Steady Eddie, sorry about that. Looked like he was going, he had that call motion, like, if it was a different player, you might have been able to take a, looked like he was just in a check call mode.
Latest, like 2 a.m.
Oh, I eat food like I'll eat like
He probably stabs at it if the 4th diamond doesn't come.
for like
Definitely lost the
dinner
minimum.
food, dinner leftovers, like the weirdest dinner leftovers for breakfast.
Riz here with
Yeah.
pocket pair. He's got his 10s here. He's going to bump it up. 35 seems to be the
Oh yeah,
go.
He lives in Vegas off of.
Oh, I thought it folded it.
Oh,
So
it
just James does the, he's got the 3-bet coming in. And Magic is in a tough spot here. He's going to be in between both of players. Riz has all the options available except folding, although we can see he's way behind. He's probably just going to call here, and it looks like it's exactly what he does. 3-way to flop, which is not what this James wants. He wanted to go heads up, I'm sure.
And then
oh, what
Oh
a
my
flop.
gosh.
That's a terrible flop for the
I actually have
Rizzler.
never
He's got to
seen that
think.
on the screen. I can't remember.
I
That's
can't
a-
recall either. The Rizzler has to think he's most likely good.
Is he recording his hand?
See if
or
just
is he
James
like
just
sitting
flats
at the
here.
table, like paying the rate?
I have no idea. He never talks about like.
If he's raising, he was the pre-flop aggressor, so he's kind of announcing he has a bigger pair. Yeah, I like the flat call there. What do you think?
Sleep. They had to wake him up. I'm like, dude,
would have raised.
You would have raised?
Would have raised more than the pot, just because he's coming out and leading when the queens was the initial 3-better, right? So for him to come out and so he's got a pair.
Yeah, I think just James is going to get all of Rizzler's money
Yeah,
here.
because just James is probably thinking Riz has, what he has.
Yeah.
Doesn't have kings because he would have gotten re-raised. He
Yeah,
could have an
puts it
ace.
in.
Riz could have an ace in some world.
If you have quads, I mean you win, obviously. I got queens.
If you have quads, you win. Write that down, guys. If you have quads, you win.
I did actually see that recently.
Oh, thought that
Didn't need it,
doesn't
but
matter, right?
nice, man.
He was drawing dead, right?
Nicely played for just James. Yeah, drawing dead.
They had to have another ace
Like I've
and
never
king
played
come
this
up
guy
for a
before.
chop.
Maybe give me the ultimate slow,
That would have been an
Man,
unbelievable
there's
run out.
no- he should just run once.
No, you're right. You're right. Well, if he has if he's bluffing like king jack or something.
Biggest pot of the night so far. A little over 1,700.
I'm going on vacation again.
Nice. Where are you going?
We are going. Oh, is Kristen in here? No. We are going to California for a week.
Oh, cool.
Disneyland. All that stuff. Shopping.
Nice. What city?
Venice.
Oh,
Santa
cool.
Monica.
Oh,
Sorry,
nice.
Santa Monica.
Been there once. Very nice.
Bummer. Where you at, man?
Should have kicked me.
Well, while John in the box gets this sorted out, I'm going to take a quick break. I'll be right back with you and Dante.
I'm not folding anyway.
All right, after we got that all settled, we just see Riz is just buying in for some more chips here. We are off. Straddle still on by Kevin.
So is that your company, Hill County Flooring Construction?
Green's okay? Yeah, green's perfect.
You like what you do?
Huh?
It's your turn for questions.
Yep, I'm a second generation remodeler.
Okay.
So, parents had a company growing up, and they said, "You ready to take over?" And I told them, "Hell no." So I became an executive chef. Did that for 8 years.
Barber with the,
And then I was
he's
like,
gonna fold his Jack 4 offsuit.
left Arby's.
Yeah, Bertrand.
It's like with DoorDash, like I'm a food
I
concierge.
could never in a million years grind the food industry like that. It's so hard. Yeah, so hard.
Even like in like the high-end fancy restaurants, like to make a lot of
Oh,
money.
he's gonna get the pot there. No one
You don't want to work for
very
rich people
interested.
any more than you have.
Well, that's
No
big
magic
of a
with the button here.
Where? What?
Tillman Casita with his upscale restaurant group in Houston.
Oh, okay.
That more restaurants than anyone in the world. So, yeah, that's hard.
He also, you the one that does the Chefs Without Borders too, though, or is that somebody else?
No, that's what else. He owns the Houston Rockets. He owns Golden Nuggets. He owns Landry.
We don't have the straddle on this hand,
You were doing that.
so it's standard 2-5 here.
I feel like it's a cutthroat industry, actually.
Almost as bad as like a
The first
professional poker
act.
player.
And yes, I'm sorry, yes. Oh, we do see the straddle on.
possibly like
And
the
yes, under the gun wakes up with kings and only 3 X's in here, hoping for a 3-bet.
Yeah, it's tough. Tough work.
Nobody can even call the
I mean, they're like,
$25 or $20 raise here, but we do see Kevin with a couple of suited connectors here. So he's got 2 gapper, and he's gonna like to bump it up, and that's exactly what Yes was. Yes is saying yes. Sorry, it's a dad joke. Yeah, Yes is really happy with that.
Man, I want to be a chef.
He's gonna look to raise this here.
I feel like a lot of people feel that way.
Coming up to
You
quality,
just tell her, okay, you're
the
in
right
charge of
amount.
dinner for the next
Probably he
6
doesn't need to make
months,
it
and
too
then
big.
we'll see if you still
You
want
can
to
see
do it.
that the raise Kevin will most likely fall, so in that $300 range. He just calls. Gonna play it tricky here. He does have position on Kevin. Oh, and he just hits a set there, hoping Kevin has an ace.
He's top shelf guy, the bald guy.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
How was that?
Kevin's gonna go ahead and c-bet this. He's gonna down bet here to 100. Kevin should just call this.
That's
Yeah, you ever see like famous people? I'm sure every now and then.
Emily Blunt. I remember Emily Blunt coming in, and for lunch she was like alone, so I was kind of like, wow, all right. I didn't know who she was. And I was like doing auditions and stuff at the time. And I'm like, hey, what do you do? And she's like, oh, I'm an actress. I'm like, oh, cool, I do some actors too. I'm like,
Wait, you were doing auditions for acting?
yeah.
And Kevin finally just kind of gave up here. Probably puts him on some ace.
Oh, wow.
He didn't get raised, so it's
You're somebody.
really tough to put
Yeah.
yes on
That's
a
always cool
monster
probably
hand
for them
that
when
he
like they
has.
talk to someone and they don't know they're actually like famous. You know, it feels like probably more
I think
genuine
it's
to
so
them.
refreshing.
Yeah.
Oh, this person doesn't want something from me. Or,
Yeah,
And
exactly.
that's what we thought. We thought yes would lead out here or bet.
That's cool.
And then, he bet.
Seriously, has to be one of the best feelings in that it's like a high profile celebrity.
Ashton Kutcher would come in all the time. That's when he was getting all his business going.
I had a few on when I did pedicabs. Ryan Reynolds took me like $500.
Ryan Reynolds?
Damn,
That's a big name. Like, that's,
Yeah. Who's your tuk-tuk? In India, Ryan Reynolds. Yeah, I was in New Delhi. You fucking imagine.
We got Magic here raising with a small pocket pair. Kevin has a couple of, he's got some Broadway cards here. Gonna bump it up for sure, and that's what he does. He's gonna make that 130, it looks like. Yeah, 3 bets at the 130. And Magic can do anything here.
You have like a lot
Magic's
of
still
employees.
currently
Or
ahead.
kind of like a one-man operation, family business.
No, we have 6 guys.
Okay.
And then we got a ton of contractors.
Oh, okay.
And that
Well, Kevin's gonna pick up a gutter here.
Yeah,
And
you
will
need
complete
people to
his
fill in.
his straight, but
especially plumbers,
he's probably gonna lead out here.
carpenters.
It's gonna be tough for
all
Magic to
matters.
continue. He's
So
got
like, do you
2
build like whole
Broadway
homes?
cards that
No,
should
I'll
be
do-
in
I'll do
Kevin's
the slab
range
up.
here.
So
So,
if there's a slab, we'll finish
oh,
it.
it looks like Magic is gonna make a call.
So you can do like a whole like new construction as long as the slab's for it.
Yeah.
If you get the blueprint.
Yeah, so I did a K9 center last year. So it's 3 whole units, fully designed.
Card should
So
not
we did everything. So we did all the architecture
be
engineering behind it.
different here.
It was pretty cool. Came
Did
out
you do like commercial only or?
No, we do
I'd
a
like
lot
to
of
see
lots of
Magic bet
residential,
this.
so we'll do
There are still a lot of cards that he doesn't want to see.
So we got
on the
a cool
river.
couple developments. So we
It's kind of fun, I don't know.
it's not boring.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like it'd be really enjoyable, like
He goes
seeing the
half out, less than half
progress
out.
happen, you know, and then like just seeing the final product, be like, wow, like it really all came together.
It's
I
honestly,
think it is. I don't know if he's actually looking for a call or just
have you ever heard that
hoping
word?
Kevin just folds here.
No, but I know that Elgin is the sausage capital of Texas. I do know that.
Well, the process of making sausage is gross, and then but the final result is great. And
Yeah.
that's oftentimes construction. It's clunky, it's messy,
Yeah.
it has bumps, and then somehow it's, oh,
Yeah. My wife's a solar project manager, so you might work with solar project managers every now and then. I don't
oh
know.
yeah.
Yeah, and like that's I think how she feels a lot of the time. Like it's just messy, a lot of like moving parts, things that have to happen, and stuff. And then, but once it's done, it like feels so good
Oh,
that
yeah.
like the project is completed, and you know.
Well, and the longer the project, the more clunkier it can be. You have so many steps.
She was just telling me her company is doing like a big development. Like she's kind of new to this company. She's only been there for 6 months, and she has this huge like residential like townhome type area in Austin. But like all the units are getting solar, and it's been like 2.5 years. Like you know this solar project, and it's like getting clunkier and clunkier, and it's getting tougher and tougher because I don't know what for whatever reason like they've just been stuck on this project for a long time because people keep failing and dropping.
Well, it's hard, you know, developers run out of cash, so can't come up
Probably
with
what's
cash.
happening. Yeah.
Or the interest rates go up.
Kevin here on the button. He's got
Yeah.
suited Broadways, queen jack clubs. Probably will bump this out for sure.
Solar is really affected by interest rates.
Well, it's your ability to borrow.
Yeah, exactly. Because most people are borrowing, and they're hoping that that offsets the cost of electricity, but interest rates stay high, right?
Kevin's gonna take down that one.
More for solar.
The largest building in downtown is 5 and they had another building that was scheduled to be taller than that by like 100 feet.
Okay.
And after last year, they cut it to half the size. Man, we're worried now that maybe we won't rent out all these offices.
Yeah, there's that problem downtown.
Yeah, so I mean, you have a retracement, it's natural.
The Amazon thing now, everybody's gonna be back in work.
All right, here we go. Just James with the
Property values high.
the ace 5 suited. Plays just as good as ace queen that time. Steady Eddie's done 3-bet this. Very small 3-bet here. Basically,
Crazy, just like from when I
up.
moved here, looking at downtown.
60, Barber with the, it's got a nice pair here, pocket 9, so technically ahead. Just going to make the call for 60. Just James has a couple options. He could squeeze this. That would be a nice play. Although I don't think it would work a lot of times. And we are 3 to a flop here. The 9s are still good, but Just James does pick up with gutter here. Barber's going to go ahead and lead out here. What we call like a donk lead, or is he? Oh, he's on the button. He's not donking. Sorry. Just James wishes those hearts were diamonds instead. Could even raise that. It looks like he's going to raise anyway.
All right, we got to pass that around.
275.
Still a pretty good spot for Barber.
Yeah, I mean, Barber was thinking, does he have 5.56, which is
Yeah.
probably unlikely. But Just James does. He has an up and downer. I didn't see that. A 2 or 6 will give him a straight. But if he had a bigger pair than 9s, I thought he would. You think he'd find out earlier? So he's probably thinking like a 7-8. Just Barber just hoping that you, or just James was just hoping that you would just see betting there or something.
Yeah, you hate to get raised on a board this connected. Could have, you know.
Yeah, those hearts are actually going to hurt Just James because he could be doing this with a nut flush draw. And if that's the case, then Barber's absolutely. I wouldn't call though. I would try to get it in now. In case he has that heart draw, because you're not going to get the money when the hearts don't hit. So
I've been wrong about previous predictions with Barber, but
I'm always wrong.
I don't see him coming over the top here. But yeah, I see your logic. Yeah, he lets it go. It was really only around 50-50 equity, had 42%,
Yeah,
so
it's not that bad.
Yeah.
I mean, but if he's going to let it go, then why lead out?
Sometimes you'll sit there and is this the hill I want to die on? I think I'll live to play another day. I'm only in for $100.
All this, well, my adult life, looking back, I come to realize my dad wasn't reformed. Like, this is his way of telling the old gangsters, I'm back in town. Like, he put himself on the front page of the paper saying,
Looks like Magic is the table captain this evening. Spinning his stories.
I'm assuming you look at it later.
On another stream,
Magic's fun to chat with.
I was watching really high, like a $100, $200
Oh, wow.
live stream, and they were talking about how everybody got their money.
Oh, I always wanted to hear that.
I was the weirdest thing. Almost all of them were from stocks or crypto.
I always suspected there's a lot of crypto when you see
Yeah.
those nosebleed stakes games.
And all of a sudden, they were talking about how that affords them the ability to play.
Yeah.
To drop $100 grand on a.
Unfortunately, I don't fall into that category.
I missed that.
Yeah, I missed that boat, but
I bought in late and lost. I don't want to say.
I bought in late
Guess my
and
wife is
I made an amount of money that made it comfortable to play in my stakes. You know, a little
I
bit
lost like
free roll.
40 grand, 30.
Ooh.
No, like a couple years ago, we bought
Yeah.
it. I bought in for a lot because the whole crypto.
Yeah. I mean, you had a
Dogecoin,
chance to.
The Dogecoin went from like 0.7 to it went 10x,
Oh yeah, I remember. I had Doge.
and then I bought more,
Yeah,
and then it dropped. Back.
I know a lot of people that did that. Yeah,
That shows you, that was pretty irresponsible trying to get the easy money, but
you gotta
I
try.
didn't have a set, but I was putting the money in regardless. It wasn't a hard on there.
Any crypto people out there? It's actually going up now. Again.
I had a double.
Yeah, I saw that
And
Bitcoin hit its
Bitcoin's
new
way
all-time
up, yeah.
high. Big flop here for
But I
yes.
could have had a set.
Even better turn. Way ahead.
We've seen this before. Yes, it's like slows down on his big hands, trying to induce some action here. And he was exactly doing that with Kevin earlier. So we'll see if
Yeah,
Kevin.
in previous streams, Yes and Kevin, they have a lot of history. They've played some big pots, so Kevin's sixes have shrunk pretty drastically here, though. He also knows that Yes is capable of bluffing with nothing here.
It looked like a bluff too, but there were too many overcards.
It
for
really
Kevin
did.
to even consider it.
Yeah.
Plus the flush draw that is also there.
All right, so what's the rest of the story?
Steady Eddie for the.
That's the story
Wait,
right there.
never mind. Bomb pot.
Oh, thought we had multiple straddles.
I was like, yeah, here we go.
That tricks me pretty often as well.
So, my Uncle Tim, well, let me start, I guess, a little more in the beginning. My dad was like one of like 5
He actually put
brothers,
the tin
right?
out
They grew
correctly
up
and
here
then
in
replace.
Austin.
Oh, it's a lot of whites.
Her
Okay.
dad was a smart man before, but he opened like the first automatic transmission shop in.
Yeah.
I never understand that. I like having the extra denomination so I can make, make the blinds or But I notice a lot of people, they try to get rid of their whites.
And they just always
I,
freaking barrel
Do you remember the?
I'm a keeper of the
Remember
whites.
the $2 ones?
Oh, yeah, the tip chips, yeah.
My grandmother, I never met her, obviously.
I haven't seen those in a while. Maybe
don't
they
think
took
they-
them off.
yeah.
She died.
Discontinued.
My grandfather, I think he started taking barbiturates or whatever.
We're told by
And boys,
our producer.
They just went feral. My Uncle Tim was a hell of a football player.
I'm hungry. I think I'm gonna order some food. You guys need anything?
Scholarship to University of Texas and played for
Okay.
Del Royal.
What are you gonna get?
Just beer.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's
So
what I
but
always eat.
their exploits kept getting kind of bigger and bigger, right? And then, yeah, so they
It just smells good.
kind
Well,
of
yeah.
culminated
good.
in
Appreciate you bringing it in.
the sheriff of Travis County illegally
it does smell
wiretapped
good.
That's
and my
no,
uncle
I'll
sued
have
him
to.
for
Know
it
it. Thank you though.
and won.
All right.
And,
Bomb Pot's our favorite. Kevin with a
that was
jack.
the worst thing he ever
and
did.
Just a
He
single
no
jack.
longer
Which
paid off politicians and everything. after
Jack,
that.
no friend.
Like, he had a mark,
Jimmy John.
But he's on the. I'll give you another.
I've never been to a Jimmy John's.
He went in to like rub it
I
in
love
the sheriff's face.
I love
and he just won this
sandwiches.
thing. The sheriff
No, Firehouse subs are my favorite.
gun
One thing about Kevin's hand, though,
the front courthouse. That made the
I'm gonna
news.
try it. There isn't one around here.
one thing that you got to like about Kevin's hand is he does have the king and the 10 to hit that would beat if somebody has pocket twos by chance.
You
Of course,
got the overs there to give him a better boat, but
of course, the deuce on the other board makes that less
I didn't
likely.
get to see the whole thing.
got Birch in here being very aggressive with his jack.
There's my Uncle Tim. Skinny, like,
Plus he's got top air, so he's in line. He's in line for a sweep now. And Kevin's going to get some help here.
So this was like a big article they wrote called Disorganized Crime that came, I don't even know what this, Free and Easy, like I don't know if it was a student paper or something at the time or whatever, but
So I'm just looking for boats. There's
Yeah,
no
no,
boats.
no improvement.
Bertrand still.
That's absolutely awesome.
Yeah, he's got both boards here. I mean, Kevin
He's
does
just
have a good-
110. I mean, he's got to put it in.
Kevin does have a gutter here to straight on the top, and he's going to miss that.
my dad finally kind of reformed, but
Bertrand throws his. Oh, he's all in. I see.
so he died.
Yeah, it looks like Bertram's going to scoop.
Yeah, two
Get-
pair on top and the trips there on the bottom. You usually see stronger holdings there for bomb pots. Yeah, good
That's
pot.
one of the times where
Nice spot there for him.
having a little, it's rare that I would say this, but having the little bit smaller stack there, I think helped him get all the money in. So
Yeah.
he's actually recovered his first buy-in. Nice win for Bertram.
Kevin not off to a great start this evening.
No, but I have certainly seen the Kevin start
No,
down a full
honestly,
buy-in and recover to be the big winner. So,
Yeah.
so he's capable
found
of
this article again recently.
big swings,
Like, holy crap. Either the
usually
reporter got it
in the
wrong
positive direction.
in the caption, or I've just had it wrong all these years. So I don't know.
A little early for V-pips, but Kevin leading the way. Playing the most hands along with Magic and Yes.
And it's not like I don't use that nickname a whole lot with my, it's like
A little unusual to see Chris at the bottom, but like I said, we're early. Hasn't really had a lot of good starting hands.
I liked it with the K.
all right. We'll take him since we'll go back.
I think maybe Gangster Magic.
This is a really good table as far as skill level goes here. You don't see those maniacs, so to speak.
Yeah.
And
That's what needs to happen.
thought Riz would be that guy, would be a little bit more aggressive. Does have the button. He's just going to call. Could have been squeezed there. But instead, he's going to go multi-way.
He, like I said, he eventually sort of reformed.
Everybody's got something, right?
Didn't my
Everybody
mom never
flopped
contacted
something.
him when I was a kid. And then I got
And
to
we
know
do
him
have a
again,
couple of gutters here.
and
That
then
shouldn't really affect anybody.
I knew him kind of for about 15 years, and he died.
I think Riz has got to start putting some money in this pot.
Kind of a weird deal. Like the day I found him dead was the day I found out I was going to be a father. So
It's like Yes is thinking about a move.
So,
Small pot. he's going to overbet it, and I've seen him do this, or bet just a little over full pot.
That was a weird day.
I have a question for you.
The best hand folds.
How long ago did you
Yeah, and I have seen Yes use the overbets. I know that was a slight overbet, but he does balance it out. It's sometimes he's bluffing, and sometimes, like in that case, he actually has the best hand, or one of
I mean,
the second best hand.
Yeah.
Wasn't a complete bluff.
My dad died like 2.5 years ago, and I still like get choked up every
Oh,
few
yeah?
months. Like I just
Okay.
think about it and start crying.
Yeah.
So I'm just wondering like if it ever goes away.
I gotta be honest with you, I did more crying over my dad when I was a kid than I did as an adult. So,
Okay. I mean that would make sense.
but yeah, I mean, I miss him sometimes, but I mean, he was a bastard at heart, so. I mean,
Okay, all right.
Looks like Chris is going to be under the gun here.
yeah, no, sorry.
Some question about the straddle there from Magic.
But,
You got it.
honestly, I think he'd be proud of me and stuff like that, so I'm a much better poker player than he ever was, but,
Not sure who Magic was talking about, but
He was
apparently he's
talking about
better
me.
than somebody.
Ace King from Yes, and it's suited.
Well, that's the problem. He spends so much time robbing poker games instead of learning.
This is when having a looser image certainly goes to your benefit when you finally do pick up a monster like Ace King suited.
Like not a good person when they're dead and they still talk to them. Especially when it's your own family.
Is that 20? Yeah.
$20, yeah. Heart on the turn would be very interesting. Oh, get a fold.
I had an uncle that steals lobsters out of the lobster.
A lobster rustler?
I mean, that's a big deal over
Yeah, I
there.
bet.
You will get murdered.
People just in general don't like you mess with their livelihood.
I'm not. I'm from
Hey, I lived in
Having an unusually low number of hoodies on the table, it feels like most of the time it's the entire table. It's kind of like the poker uniform.
Yeah, I mean,
Is there anything we're
I used to resist that, but I've kind of fallen into it. The hoodie is just so convenient.
I'm thinking about taking like an East Coast road trip. I'm wondering whether it's worth it to go that far.
Well, you go to New York or you go to like maybe Florida.
Another Ace King suited, this time for Rizzler.
I do like the sizing better here. He's probably not going to get any. Yeah, he's not going to get any.
Nobody with anything to defend with.
really.
Sometimes getting no action on your premiums can be more tilting than actually losing a pot.
Yeah.
Here they're like, well, that.
I shouldn't say this. I'm not gonna say it.
I would go to Boston if you've never been. 100%.
I went to Boston and never left the airport. I had a meeting at the Hilton at the airport and spent 2 days at the Hilton at the airport and saw nothing else. So.
The coolest thing about Boston is definitely.
8 rays, 150.
Yeah, you're in those amphibious crafts, roll through and tell you everything about.
Raise from Bertram. We don't see what he has yet.
Yeah, these are like the crafts that they use to invade Normandy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Chris is doing a squeeze here with his ace-4 off. And he's going to get a caller. I don't really like that call.
Oh, sorry.
He
I
is-
thought
yeah.
that was Bertram. It was Chris.
He is defending his, but I mean, he's way.
Outflops him. Does have a Magic does have a pair though.
Yeah, so that's just going to keep Magic in there in a tough spot. Chris can comfortably just kind of lead out here. He does down bet it. Oh, Magic, way to go.
Easy fold.
Yeah, because only he has an ace in that spot, so.
Yeah.
In theory.
Yeah. The range of Chris there
Yeah.
has all the aces.
You ever miss Albuquerque?
Man, I went back a few years ago. Man, this place sucks.
Kind of one of those scenarios where you play the 10 jack, you hope you flop a monster versus
Yeah,
somebody
I mean,
who gets two
some
pair
sort of
with-
draw, some combo
yeah.
draw or two pair, but the odds of that happening, as you know, are
Quite
very
low.
good. Unless it's against you, then it happens all the time.
Then then
Yeah,
they
then that
then
happens all the
always
time.
yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, my parents had a place out 2 hours.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Look, before 30, we have 2 aces.
We're on a hot streak with the aces.
Yes, is
and
getting
ace
some-
king.
Yes is playing well, but he's also getting some good cards. Oh, he's a setup. Now, we've seen Steady Eddie with queens before, and he did win that hand. And he's just going to
Just
call.
flats again with the queens. Playing,
Oh yeah, Santa Fe.
I don't know if it's tight or deceptive is the goal.
I think it's because he did it twice now, so he's not mixing up his game. It's a little
Yeah.
tight, a little snug.
Yeah.
Especially now you're going multi-way with with a one gapper there from Kevin.
No, I haven't.
In this case, he's probably going to be glad that he didn't raise because he's up against aces, but
Half hours worth just right across the border.
king
That's
may
going to
slow
kill some
things
action
down.
there for Yes. I think Yes is still got the bet because there's a flush draw out there, but
Yeah, his one is absolutely cool.
I really like Pecos.
the dream of him getting paid on this is not going to happen. Steady Eddie's going to see that king and just call there.
I'm going to do an 8,000-mile road trip.
8,000. So you going the whole country looping?
Actually up to into Canada and then back. And, everything but basically the West Coast.
See a heart here on the turn.
I can't do a 12,000-mile road trip. I mean, it might have to be a second trip. I don't know.
So Yes knows that he's going to have to bet to get any money out of him because it's just going to go check here a lot of the time. So something around
Yeah.
half pot,
I got
maybe even less than half pot, $75.
Yeah, like 80. Yeah, 75.
But he's going to overbet it
Oh.
again. Yeah, that's the wrong person to overbet to.
I agree.
He's
Yeah,
just
this
gonna,
is
yeah,
going
this
to be.
guy, he's just going to fold this. I mean, how can he call?
Did you go through there? Through Montreal?
play any poker. I play a lot of golf.
Could be one of the times that an overbet induces your opponent to believe that you're just trying to play bully ball, but he gets out of there.
Still a pipe dream. I don't know if I pull it off.
Yeah, I just
I figured
the wrong player, right?
Yeah,
Hoping-
I agree.
Hoping he had a king, I guess. King, queen, something like that.
Definitely do.
I just got to convince the wife and my employer. So, I'm
Convincing
going to
the
ditch out for
employer
a
is
couple
hard.
months. Let me back.
Yeah, my family had an RV growing
Just James so far a big winner, up 1.2K.
We have not had a comment in almost an hour.
bathroom sinks, clothes.
I can't find it on the.
Yeah.
Yeah, feel free to ask Dante or I any
Long
questions,
version as a kid, but like
or we'll chime in on any comments
3
you have.
across and on a bench seat in a car that didn't have air conditioning. My brother's hitting me the whole time, and yeah.
Poor man's ace king for Steady Eddie. Ace 5 suited.
The Celsius. That's where we just bought a case yesterday.
Help us out, guys. If you're in the chat, please say something because I cannot find the. I can't
Yeah, so
find
we got like 30 in the
the
fridge.
stream now.
Did they just raise that? I think they just raised the price on it. We just paid $24 for 18.
One of the best flops you
Oh,
can
there
get
it
for
is.
ace 5 suited. King deuce of
Still way
hearts.
cheaper than, obviously.
Just middle pair for Kevin though.
Yeah. If you go to Walmart and get the 12 pack, it's like $2.50 a can. So good. I mean, they just wire me for half a day. Can't go to sleep.
I would imagine. Yeah, Kevin gets away pretty easily. Steady Eddie with the tighter image we know, but he has played a few pots here, so maybe
That's funny. Chris just asked me that before.
can kind of loosen
So
that
I'm
image up a
actually,
bit.
Taking a
Well, I
buyout
think I found the stream, but it says I'm not a subscriber.
I'll be available pretty much anytime you go.
Yeah. So I subscribed. I,
It's not that much. It's like 100.
yeah, I have the little wrench
Ah,
by my
yeah,
name. I
yeah.
used to, so I can just put people on timeout. But it looks like I unsubscribed somehow. Trying to think if I had a bad beat. I didn't. When you take just a horrible session, I gotta play this game anymore. It's over.
I'm eliminating. Yeah.
Bird watching. I'm taking up bird watching.
I'm going to poker hospital.
Well, like,
You could own
Some Broadways here for Just James and Magic. Unfortunately for Magic, he's dominated by the.
And he has 2 jacks
Queen.
away, huh?
yeah, I'm
He's got
getting,
2 jacks
so, like,
that
I'm
folded.
basically getting, we have a lot of inventory. I'm getting a little bit of a premium on the inventory, and it just
I would have played 5-3 of
like, a
spades.
little bit more than that.
I would have too.
Those are the most
And I
satisfying
still
hands.
have to like do a little bit of work for a few months.
How did you show up with a straight?
Yeah.
It's all good. It's still heavily.
But
like,
we are going.
like we still play
Oh,
a
looks
lot
like Magic's going to win that pre-flop.
So like, yeah. So like, we like I work probably, if I had to guess, somewhere between like 600 and 1,000 hours a year. On the business. Yeah. And then he
Oh, I thought he was talking about poker.
As
hours.
I was too, yeah.
In 2021,
we play like
I played 1,200 hours.
but like that's a lot
Wow.
of time.
Yeah, it's pretty much full time. And then my hours have gone down every year.
An inventory, I kinda like
And then getting sicker every year.
I should look. I don't know what I'm at year to date. I track everything, so.
Well,
have to look.
1,200 is $14,000 in seat fees.
I don't really want to, so
Wow. That's a lot.
I did taxes, so
Yeah.
I did my tax. Yeah, I was like, wow, that's ridiculous.
inventory, I probably get $100,000. So like I'm basically just like
Yeah, I did. I bought the nice promo we had here at TCH where you could buy extra hours on
Oh, yeah,
leap year
yeah,
day.
yeah.
So I had a lot of free time. I've actually gone through most of it. So
I have a lot. I actually have been transferring it to
He thought it was
Friends.
35.
yeah.
Tillman, actually. Insane. Jacks, again, we've seen some big hands here, but we haven't seen big pots with these big hands. It's weird.
Yeah, just
I,
haven't really had a clash with two people that have a
Steady
strong
Eddie
enough
needs
hand.
to raise these big hands. He is leaving all this value on the table.
we should be closing probably a couple weeks.
Steady Eddie with the only spade here. Jack's not a bad. He's going to get a set here.
I know it's hard to explain, but like
Beautiful turn for Steady Eddie.
He still loses to flushes here. I wonder how he would react to a raise.
hopefully that works out.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. Just
We
the
haven't
fact-
really seen Steady Eddie lead out until he just hits it, right?
Oh, that's
this
big.
is a terrible card for everybody. Well, not for Magic.
So we finally got our heads up. We were looking for two people with a strong hand, and here we have it.
So I might go work
Yeah, I mean, he was drawing. Magic was drawing dead, and then he hits his jack.
Just flats. Yeah, that's kind of.
How did not more money get into that pot?
Yeah, I think if you're, I mean, I like just the quick flat call. I mean, from Magic, if you raise there, you don't really get called by anything that you beat.
Yeah, and of
Even-
course, we've never seen Steady Eddie lead out.
Yeah, so
And that's just red flags. I could even fold the queen there with the spades also there.
So I've been thinking about it because this guy wrote like it's just a black. It's all the facts. Right? It's helpful. Like, I got all
$1,700
the
a month
facts
for a
already.
one-bed apartment.
But my dad told me a lot of the backstory.
Three beds,
and
that
stuff.
house,
So,
brand new, land.
it is a very interesting story with tons of culture.
1,700 for
And nobody's really
one
told me.
bedroom.
I figured you would hold it
In San Jose, you couldn't get a one bedroom for under 3. And that's in
Wow.
the. That's in the. Probably don't want to go there.
So I actually, yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
what is the best way to understand blockers? That's a good question.
That'll take forever.
That's yeah. I was gonna say I don't know if we can explain that in with between hands, as we have kings versus ace queen here. Barber with finally a monster.
I think for me, blockers. Hey, obviously, you're talking game theory now, right? So GTO.
Yeah.
So blockers are really, you are blocking hands that your opponent could or should have. It's really tough to explain. And the
And
blockers-
also it's blocking them and also unblocking them. So if you
Yeah.
There's a lot of value in what we
if what you don't block makes it more likely that that's the hand that your opponent's on. It's a strong
like,
consideration.
Like Bertram right here has the ace of hearts, right? So if 2 ace of hearts come on the flop, well, he blocks the nut flush draw. So his opponent cannot have that. So it helps you with decisions. Why is he still betting here? He must not have a flush draw. Definitely doesn't have enough flush draw. So he's got something else. So that's how I use blockers.
Yeah.
That wasn't a good explanation, so I apologize.
It's tough to explain.
tough.
You almost need specific hand examples, so maybe we'll try to pick some out here where that's the case. In this case, got a pretty rainbow board here. Yeah, Bertram, I think, just has to let the ace-queen go.
Yeah, he's really fortunate he didn't get flop a queen there.
Yeah, I mean,
His chip stack.
and I just don't think Barber's playing that aggressively without an overpair very often.
Somebody just said they're missing joining. They might join the workforce. They miss it. That sounds terrible.
That does sound terrible.
I don't want to join. I haven't worked in 4 years.
I just bought a new Mercedes ED, and they gave me 2 years.
Nice hand for Barber. I think he's up about 700 now.
And
That's his car.
2 years.
That Mercedes.
And with the Mercedes ED, you can go as
Oh, is that Magic's? We won't say which car, but there's a very nice car in the parking lot, and apparently it belongs to.
Yeah, I actually took a picture of it and sent it to my wife and said, let's sell our cars and get this car.
I hope I'm not saying too much. I think Magic would be okay. He told the whole table. He had a huge deal in the type of sales that he does that went through, so I think maybe he got that commission check and it was time for a new car.
I wouldn't. In this car, you probably wouldn't. Yeah.
What's sedan?
It's right out front. We can go check it out.
That's-
That's,
Fucking Knight Rider.
It's pretty sweet.
It's Knight Rider.
Knight Rider was a Trans Am, I think, wasn't it?
I think you're right.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Remember as when I was a little kid, that was
So
one of
But
my
it was a black-
favorites.
A black Trans Am,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So I guess that's why he's.
That talks and has its own AI.
Oh, that's right. It had the
AI.
That's-
Yeah, when I was a kid, I thought that was the coolest thing.
Yeah.
I just tell my wife,
David Hasselhoff.
we got to think about
Yep.
this guy is killing me. I can't do
Don't
it.
hassle the Hoff.
And so we were looking at houses in New Braunfels, and
Haven't seen. We've seen the one turn set with the jacks.
and I go out a couple
See if
days
Bertram
early, and I
can-
take her Navigator, and she came
Fours have been kind of popular. Oh, there it is.
there, and she goes,
I think. Yeah.
Oh, he did spot the set. Wow.
And that board is kind of connected with the 2 spades. And,
right, because like,
you know, we got Steady Eddie here. He's got a gutter.
you can feel every damn bump in the right.
Backdoor hearts.
I
Can't
was doing 4 hours of
too excited about it,
Yeah,
but
I
it's a
would fold
consideration.
this if I was Steady. He's folded better.
Yeah.
He's folded.
Hey, let's go.
Yeah, that's
Sometimes I stay over if I got meetings back to back days, but if I don't, I come back.
Little disappointing to win a small pot when you finally flop a set,
This
but
thing, it drives for me. And
gets a little back. He lost to Barber in the last hand.
massages while I go, and come on, what are you gonna do?
I'll trade you my wife's car, Magic, for your car.
Your wife has a very nice car.
I would if that's the alternative,
Yeah.
I'll take the Mercedes.
I would have to trade that car plus 50,000 in cash.
Yeah, yeah.
They don't ask how much it costs. So I know I got a good one.
Must have been
One of my favorite non-premiums, 9-7 suited.
Yeah, but,
expensive car.
so it is a very expensive car, but I
Gonna
Riz
get a
has
raise
got-
from Barber.
Riz has got each other. They got each other's outs.
I don't make any money on it, but my buddy taught me how to buy it.
Very possible that they all could get a piece of this flop.
Yeah,
if
that
we
would be
get
great.
just the right
We need to
board.
see a 5, 8, 9, something like that. Would be. Well, there we go.
That's not really the flop. Yeah.
We got 2 hearts here. We have 2 people with bottom pair. Backdoor flush for Rizzler.
There's a bank there now, right next to like Bone Daddy's. But he had a lot there, Mr. Car Buyer, and I met him, and he taught me.
Barber's
how to
actually
buy
leading out with the best hand here.
particularly Mercedes. But then
Nice play by Barber.
That's such a useful skill.
Yeah.
That you don't, you're like, like you only really feel it when you
Kind of have to play those hands and hope to win some small ones just so that you.
Yeah, like one of the ones I was
I'd say
negotiating,
table
I
image
found
is
the
so
car-
important for that too,
car was
because you
under
can
market value already, and
just
so,
show you're
you know,
putting money in a few more
dealing with
pots.
you, and
More likely to
decided
not
when
get
you
scrutiny
willing
when
to
you
come off
finally
the
do
press
get a
little
big.
bit, so I'll go with you. And they're like,
big
I'm
pre-flop
sorry,
hand.
we're, you know, no negotiation. Our website price is our price, and that's all we do, right? We know the car is under market. And I'm like, you're right, the car is under market. That's why I'm looking at it. But I'm going to buy the other car. And they're like, okay, how about if we take $5,000 off? And they're like, that's probably not enough. Yeah.
I can show up to the dealership and you'll just be like, oh, you can't budge on the price at all, and you're like, okay, well, I'm gonna go buy another car.
Yeah,
no,
but
like, wait,
that's-
wait, let me get
but
the
you can't
manager
just be,
real
I'm gonna go buy another car. You need to already be at a stage, like I was
you
down
need to,
to,
like,
I
tell
had
them.
4 cars across the country. I was gonna buy one of those 4, and then I made them compete. And it turned out the one locally is the one I bought, but I mean, that's the way to do it. Is you
I'm
gotta
sorry, I'm
know
just
what you want,
figuring out how to
you
buy
gotta
that
make it
car.
work. That-
Yeah, we'll see. You might have to ask a.
use Mercedes, like, it could be a
Seems
fucking
like
bear,
Magic
but
has the
they're
tips
great.
for how
You
to
know what you're
how to
getting,
acquire a very
you know the
nice
history of that
car.
so, you gotta
Part
find.
of it is like they knew you were serious.
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, I let them know I'm dead serious. Like, you need a deposit? I'll put a deposit down. I'm gonna buy a car.
Yeah.
So, I'm not.
I actually do agree with something Magic did. I've done it in the past. Is I'll look nationwide for a car. You can find a deal good enough and just have it shipped to you.
Mm-hmm.
End up with a much better deal.
When I got
I'm also one of those people that doesn't buy brand new cars. I try to find something.
Yeah, I don't buy
You know.
brand new either.
Yeah.
1 year, 2 years.
Yeah, something that's
AMG, and yours is not an AMG.
somebody else has taken that initial drive off the lot depreciation.
Okay, that's still not enough. So, I'll buy the other.
I am actually kind of looking for a car, but I need something. I'm having trouble getting out of my car, so I need like a SUV.
Oh, it's yeah, something
Yeah.
a little higher.
I wouldn't buy an SUV. I would raise $60.
Ace Queen here for Chris.
All right, we see Steady Eddie with 9-8. Probably will fold that, I'm sure. I'd like to see Magic call. Can kind of see a flop here if he wants to.
That's not real family friendly, you know. Imagine if I bought the Corvette and went, hey honey, I got us a new car.
Kind of would like the safer route.
Yeah, I bought a nice family car for us.
Magic here.
Gotta make some sacrifice.
Oh, this might be a little trouble.
Pretty
here
nice
for-
flop for 9-7.
Yeah, but of course Chris flops top pair, top kicker.
Yeah,
This one caught my eye.
I could see Magic peel one though.
Yeah, you definitely got to peel. Even though if you think you're not ahead here, you could really improve a lot. Even if a card comes, it gives them a gut shot.
Yeah, not the best turn.
Yeah, he was looking for like a
Lost a lot of-
6 or a 10 to give him some more outs.
Actually down to a single out.
Yeah,
Dealership by February.
that 8 could really hurt Magic because it's less likely his opponent has an 8, right? With both of them there, so he's really only fading a queen here in his eyes. So he might, yeah, he does call. So I think it's a pretty good call. We could see that he's wrong,
Yeah,
but it's a pretty
yeah.
good call, right? A lot of times Chris is with Ace King. We'll keep firing at this. Typically, Chris will slow down here.
Yeah, nothing really got there though. It's a relatively safe run out,
Yeah.
unless somehow Magic is just smooth calling him with trip 8s.
I
But
think,
he's got to go for more value.
It's like 2.99%.
yeah, he's gonna make it big here. Doesn't look big.
300.
Oh, he goes a little smaller.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Quick fold.
You gotta do a 4-year term though.
Yeah,
Still.
that's incredible right now.
Might be 3 years.
I pay way more.
Well, Magic can't make his car payment now because
He lost.
I had a incredible credit, and Mercedes.
Ugh, I hate car payments.
yeah, I have not had one in a while. I try to avoid them at all costs.
Yeah, we don't have any car payments now.
That's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. it, trust me. You know. And then you get liability.
If you can get 299 though, I'd take 299. Anything under 5.
Yeah, I have some friends. Of course, they, you know, I'm sure they know their finances better than I do, but sometimes I add up what their car payments are, and it blows my mind. It's, you know,
It's like
got
600,
a new
700
Tesla
bucks
and a Porsche SUV, you know,
Oh, those are.
creeping up there.
Geez, that's like. Can do quick math here. It's like $6,000 and $5,000 and.
Maybe not that high, but
God,
yeah,
I
pretty
just do
high.
it 10 times 20,000. So that's. Board looks pretty connected here. We've got a flush draw on the bottom, so 8 jack is the nuts. Jack queen would also still play.
Set of 10s for
Set
Barber.
of 10s there for Barber. He's got the jack too, so he can get backdoor straight. And
I would get dropped so fast.
somebody had a queen high flush draw. There it is. Magic has a queen high flush draw with a pair of jacks. So he's got the queen jack. He's got the up and downer with the flush draw. So not a bad holding there. And he's got a queen on the other board. We're going to go 4 to the turn, which is usually it's kind of rare. We usually see 3 or 2, but
Yeah.
that gives
Quads. Now for Barber, the dream turn.
Barber's like, I didn't like that.
No better feeling than in a bomb pot when you turn quads.
And he's got a straight. On
And
top.
made the straight.
He has the blockers for the straight because he has the 10s. So it's less likely someone else has
Yep.
that. There you go.
This is a great example
a
of
great
blockers,
example of
Michael,
blockers.
in the chat.
But usually only up to like 10,000.
And Magic.
300K.
Is stuffing it, and Magic
Oh,
is
he's got a flush draw on top, and just a queen.
has some equity, but he is way
He
behind
is,
Barber.
Barber, why is he? He's just like, I've got nut.
Yeah, dream scenario when you put the chips in the middle and you know there's no way you can't at least chop.
Magic. I know why he did it. He's got a straight flush draw. Plus he's got.
Oh, and Steady Eddie has a boat.
I didn't even see that. You are absolutely
Yeah,
right.
I was focused on the set of 10s,
That's
but
the wrong time. Steady Eddie's going to lose everything.
yeah,
here.
Steady Eddie is going to get
I think
stacked
he could
here.
have got away from this because it's the low boat, right?
I agree.
10-7 is there all day long. 10-9, although you may block it. You may have some blockers to 10-9, but it's not worth sticking in 1,600 here for that. So, especially with the player behind.
And with basically an air ball, he has a pair of aces, but hardly ever good on the top board, so he really doesn't have a backup plan.
Magic hand does look good, but you will need a heart on the top. It doesn't. And you'll need an 8 or a king of hearts on the bottom.
Barber is about to win a massive pot.
An 8 of hearts would be sick, right?
8 of hearts would be really
Or
sick.
king of hearts, whatever.
Is that total or like is that comprehensive or collision? Because they are different. Comprehensive.
I don't think Steady Eddie likes his hand.
Yeah, Steady Eddie has to kind of know that his boat's at risk. At the same time, it is tough to fold the 9s there, but yeah, 9-10, 10-7.
Someone's got like Jack 10 9.
Yes! Oh, that's good. Yes!
Well, I mean, now it's chop. Straight flush. Oh, I thought the ace. I saw the
so
8 of
close,
hearts. I thought
yeah.
straight flush.
I misread my hand.
Actually, really unlucky for Barber not to scoop that. Yeah.
Jack 10 with queen jack of hearts. Yeah.
Still going to win 2,100. Tough spot there for Steady Eddie. It's really hard to fold a
I mean, what
turn
what I
boat,
could
but-
say for Steady there is, if you're going to make that call, you've got to have something stronger than one pair on the top, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I needed.
Yeah, what the hell? You can't even. You can't even look like. You're literally. You literally have no one can even chop with you up top. I know. Like, as long as they don't. Like you're literally winning. Wow.
It almost feels like you lost if you're Barber.
It does
I
feel
feel
almost
like,
like
man,
that.
that
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you can see on his face he's happy to be scooping some chips in, but that was a huge opportunity. He almost took down $4,700. Excuse me, in one pot.
What I had, but I thought I had a 10, or I knew I had the jack, but I thought I had a 10 as well. So I thought I had Broadway and then the straight flush draw.
Oh, Magic
and trip 10. So
misread his hand, thought he had a 10.
Imagine that'd be like the worst ever. Like 8 or king of hearts on the bottom. And then like,
no, I wasn't going
Unfortunately for him, Barber had all the
have the
10s.
bottom off.
They're still discussing the hand.
Yeah, Barber could have got.
That would have been a bad.
Retire.
That's why they call me Magic right there.
There you go.
Just get it.
They were just like throwing all the hearts down. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
God.
Thank you very much. All right. John, I'm tired of getting this too.
A little low on the RFI there. We got Yester leading the way.
That's definitely not greedy. Usually I call people greedy. They'll say like, no, I want aces only. You know? That is very generous.
Looks like we may have lost Steady Eddie.
Yeah, it wasn't his night.
See it on live stream.
No, he did pick up some hands there, but
Cancel that.
unfortunate thing about bomb pots is if you happen to get scooped, can be a ruiner of a good session.
Yeah, I mean, over the long run, it's always best to bet your hands versus just calling everything down.
Yeah. Back to Hold'em. Just James, Ace Queen suited.
Just better hope that we lost this
I'll check if there's a 4 and a 5 on it.
Okay.
If that's not a 4 and a 5. Not either.
That's what I thought you had, Barber.
Top pair here for Just James.
Quads and nuts.
Rizzler with an air ball. Lets it go.
Me when he 3-bet, when he 4-bet.
Not even Jack 10 9. Jack 10 10. Like,
Oh, our hand that we played with John now?
That's what I thought you had.
Thank you very much.
I'm still in disbelief that you guys.
Let us hear you guys in the chat, please. Making sure everything is working on our end.
Disbelief. I have to see it to believe it.
Aggression frequency? Something might be off there.
Looks like we, yeah. Get that corrected.
Okay.
Nines again for Bertrand, who's been quiet the last hour or so. Gonna raise this up, I'm sure. But he won't have to because Magic's gonna bump it up 5x here. I would have loved to see a raise there from Bertrand. A lot of flops you're not gonna like. That one's not bad. No, it's not.
Not the worst.
It's not bad there. We're gonna see a C-bet here for Magic. Doesn't need to make it big. And he goes less than half pot here, and Bertrand's gonna casually flick it in. Is it an ace? I thought it was queen.
Yeah,
It is queen. All right.
it is queen queen. Oh, okay. We had a
So
misread
that
there.
10 now, I mean, that's definitely in Magic's range here. You'll see there's not an ace. It's 2 queens and a 10.
It's just going to
Yeah,
be
we're
really
gonna see
hard
Magic
for
be
Bertram.
more aggressive here because he doesn't have. He's playing the board effectively. Great call there
Bertram
by
making the
Bertrand.
call. Wow.
Only
Not believing him.
455 behind. I think Magic just gives up here. Well, you can tell he wants it though. He would have.
He's
to make
been
it-
checked to really quickly
the
each
SPR
time.
here
It's
is less
really
than
hard.
1, though. Yeah, it's,
I mean, Bertram's only got 450. Oh, he just does check it back. Nicely played by Bertram. Got pretty sticky on what's a somewhat scary board, especially, you know, given the betting action.
yeah, Magic preferred to throw away his 2-4 suited versus having the table see what he's playing with. I guess he beats 2-3.
Yeah, I think.
No, he doesn't. The board plays. Oh, yeah, yes. Oh, excuse me.
I think there was enough money in the pot there that I think you just have to rip it on the river and force Bertram to call you one more
Yeah.
time for the rest of his stack.
So went to showdown. Everybody's so we obviously got some stats wrong here.
I've seen Doug in a long time.
Yeah, I may get that corrected. I know our BPIPs were correct.
I don't know about that.
BPIP kind of typically being the more interesting statistic.
Ace Jack suited. Queen 9 suited for Magic, which is he is dominated with the hearts here.
Finally a hand for Kevin.
Yeah, he's gonna make it like 65. Oh,
No, I'm looking at what Barber has. I think it's like 3150.
oh, I thought someone else was in hand as well, but no. So Barber is gonna call that all day long.
Maybe not. No. I'm wrong. Yeah, it's like 29. I thought it was. Yeah, I had the black chips. Yeah, it's like 29.
A little surprised to see,
a nice
yes,
discipline
fold
there,
the
huh?
9-7 suited. He tends to play those hands.
Really trying to get away with one.
We are seeing Steady Eddie back. He's gonna get his money back here. Buy in.
The rules are the rules.
4 ways with Ace King. I think Kevin should have made that a little higher. He's gonna flop the nut flush draw here.
Huge flop for Kevin.
Very strong. Barber does get top pair, and the other players have 2 overs to the board with backdoor hearts.
I think Jay wins that he's one of the biggest winners.
Kevin will definitely not be slowing down.
Yeah, I think I'm down this month, like a lot, like quite a bit. On stream? Yeah, like 4 or 5K or something.
I want to thank you all.
Yeah, no problem. We're here for you.
I just like, no comment about my results.
All right.
12 outs for Kevin. That's not one of them, though. Barber actually in the lead now from an equity standpoint.
Yeah, new Corvette. Just bought it a couple
I
weeks
think Kevin has to continue putting pressure on here.
I smoke a Corvette.
Probably a bigger sizing.
I believe that. I believe. I
Yep,
don't know.
he's going a little over pot.
V8. Well,
Is it the Corvette?
I got a V8.
2.6.
Mid-engine.
Yeah, I'll smoke it.
Tough thing about this is you've got to be thinking about if I can maybe I could call this bet, but what am I going to face on the river with just my pair of 8s
Not off the line, but
and
No, that thing
no kicker essentially.
for sure.
you know what I'm saying. I can hit my EV off the line is going to
If you can do a 0
Trying to put him on a hand here, like what's Kevin doing this way? The
Probably
obvious
could
one is the flush draw. Right?
like our queen jack of clubs turning top pair, something like that.
But the performance is like 2.4.
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, but
Oh no, that's
it's
the
also a
roast.
6,000 pound car.
One of them is really, really bad.
Barber's like, I just got these chips from that big bomb pot. Not sure I want to give them away now.
That does play into it.
It certainly does.
Model S performance.
I was as well, yeah. I was even thinking about getting just the regular Model 3 too. They're not bad.
Dude, like,
They're like 3.4.
yeah, I don't know, like driving, like I test drove one of the Model 3s. It was like the long range, so it's like 4.
Yeah, those are
He's
yeah.
not giving up.
With the performance.
Nice call by Barber.
Oh,
And Kevin gets there, has the nuts.
That was like
plus he has a gut shot to his straight.
right now. I was like scared.
Yeah, no, they also drive myself on highways. I got it on Turo for a little bit and a rented, but yeah, it was.
Yeah, like I was test driving on the highway. I was like, I didn't realize I was going like 95 miles an hour. Like, it's just so fast.
See, on the highways, I was
How
just
much
programmed
will he
to
go
drive.
for?
You get bumper to bumper traffic, it will stop for you.
Before that? Or
No, not in the testing.
Yeah. I was like,
Corvette's
this is a sick car.
He's going to go huge.
Like super sick.
All in.
Yeah, I mean,
Ready to shell out 50K.
that was his move, right? He could have gone really, really small, but
Especially with that
his
tax
stack
credit that was
pot
around,
ratio was
like you could get 70.
a little over 1 to 1.
It got ridiculous.
Yeah, just kind of you're praying that you make that tough call on the turn and you get a check back on the river somehow, but
80% of the parts have to be.
this was the nightmare of making that call on the turn.
Mercedes qualifies.
Yeah, oh, they make all this stuff here.
Oh, I thought it was like German.
Of course, it's all German. They make it here. Yeah, they make it here.
Really just has a bluff catcher.
I really wanted a Toyota. Like, I would be fine getting like a Toyota EV. I forget what it's called. I wanted like their EV SUV.
Kevin even could have flopped a set of deuces or fours and played very similarly.
I really like Toyota.
I like Toyota too. I like Toyota. I had a Camry.
Barber really mulling this over.
Sport Camry that went to almost 300,000 miles. It went to
He's played enough with Kevin, though. Kevin has this move with an air ball, so
2,000
I'm sure this is also a player-dependent tank.
even last.
Yeah, I mean, they obviously played a lot of hours together. And we know that Kevin's really balanced here.
Selling my Corolla actually like a year and a half ago. I had a 2017 Corolla. Had a really good interest rate on it at the time, and I just we just wanted to downsize to one car. So
It'd be fun, man. We should find a spot. I'd love to take TCH. You probably would take me, but it'd be a lot of fun.
work on
The launch control is so fun. Even on mine, dude. It's like it puts your
Oh,
Ooh, I thought he was about to put it in.
It's like instant with the Tesla. You know, there's no lag.
The Tesla, all you have to do is hit the gas. Mine, you have to turn the track, like you hit the traction control.
He really does look like he's leaning toward a call.
And then you hold down your brake, and then you hold down the gas, and then we'll rev up to like 5,000, and then you let go of your brake, and then that's
going through all the hands he could have.
Yeah, you could be putting him on ace king with no clubs, which
Put on the brake.
also would be
Put off the brake and go.
a hand Kevin could have
I don't know.
in this configuration.
Like I said, like I'm just on the highway. I don't feel like I'm going like 100 miles an hour, and I look down and I'm like 100 miles.
Let it go, Barber.
everything though that you need on the road. It's, like this is the first car where I've had that. Like I've driven motorcycles, but they were smaller ones. And this one is like you hit the gas, 600. It just goes. And like if your foot is in the gas, it's going faster.
Right.
Like I was going 147 at one time, like one night, and it was going faster. I was just like, I'm going.
Yeah, that's I got
147.
I got buzzed doing 120 on the.
Let's it go. Good fold by Barber.
He,
Nice play by Kevin.
I'm going, dude. I'm gonna keep going.
yeah,
You know, I
probably could've,
just
but I'm glad I didn't. 'Cause
hands like that, it's interesting.
I finished the job, and
When I first started playing, I think I went too value-ish in scenarios like that where you make the nuts on the river, maybe you bet
120
something like $400 into the $800 pot and, you know, just hope that you can get paid off. But I've noticed that a lot of the best players, if you go for it all,
go ahead and pull over.
you get called often enough that it offsets the times that you value bet and you win a much smaller pot. So I think that's what Kevin was going for there.
He like.
Also, based on Barber's calls, I'm sure he put him on a stronger hand than pair of eights with a 9 kicker. So
Me over. As soon as I got over, he went off.
No, nice.
Barber's going to wake up with sevens here.
He just knew I was
very quick.
and was telling me, you're done. So that was magic right there too, right? So yeah, I knew I was going to jail.
Sevens are my cutoff. I raised with sevens. I just call with sixes and under.
you set mine with anything lower than the sevens?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exact hand ace five. Yeah, that's exact hand I had against you.
I know GTO tells you not to set mine below, depends on which graph you look at, but not, you know, deuces, trays, and fours
Well,
in
it's
some
fours,
cases.
yeah. I
But
think fours and unders.
I find them to be so profitable when you flop a set. I just think in live poker you have to go ahead and play them.
Yeah, well, you get
If
like
you-
a set 1 out of 7.5 times.
Yeah, and if you know, every once in a while you're going to get set over set and lose a big one, but most of the time, you know, that might be the biggest hand of the night. You flop comes ace king 4, you've got pocket fours, and somebody has ace king, and you're getting stacks. So
You can get up. You can make it more than
It's
that.
an interesting run out here.
no hearts. Seven's actually still way ahead, but Barber's going to get a little back.
We saw a. You know, you guys know where Giddings is? Giddings, Texas. It's like 30 minutes.
Hastings is very few hands that you would have been.
I don't know.
I actually know where Giddings, Texas.
I wanted to
I
say,
dro-
yeah,
I drove
I've
through
been
that to get to Houston.
I've been through Giddings many times.
Yeah. It's like just pops up.
Yeah.
We saw a Ferrari on
They have a row of Mexican restaurants.
It's like so weird.
Yep.
All the cars are
Donut shops.
years old, and it's a Ferrari, like a newer Ferrari.
Put him in.
Yeah, put him in.
Okay.
I haven't stopped in Giddings very many times, but I've been to a couple of those Mexican restaurants.
Yeah, I stop for coffee almost every time.
Actually, ironically, not to just copy you, that's what I usually
Yeah,
do.
that's
That.
what most people
It's
do,
like
right?
a
It's like
good
a
coffee
stop.
shop
Yeah.
or coffee pit stop,
On
and
my
you still have a
way
long way to
to-
Houston.
On my way to Buc-ee's.
Yeah.
They're opening one in Austin.
Really?
Yeah, they just announced it.
And mine's like spec like a Ferrari. Like bright red.
For those who don't know what a Buc-ee's is, it's the
I thought it was funny that like the Ferrari.
I don't know. It's a convenience store the size of Walmart.
Yes, it's the Texas-sized convenience store.
They have over 100 gas pumps. Their motto is, "You'll never pull in there and have to wait to get gas."
They're incomprehensibly large.
Yeah, like 100 car. Like
Yeah.
I don't love.
You can buy a grill, a pulled pork sandwich, a cowboy hat, and get some gas.
Yeah. And Bucky also has. We're advertising for Bucky's now.
Yeah. Not
Those beaver
sponsored.
nuggets. Those beaver nuggets. Those are pretty good.
Lincoln doesn't make a car anymore. They only make SUVs. Yeah, actually, because Lincoln, because I got my wife's got a Navigator, and I was like, well, maybe the new Lincoln car would be like.
What is Lincoln a part of? Are they
They're like that Ford
Magic very excited about his new car, as he should be.
line of Ford or whatever. But yeah, they no longer make a car.
Barber here with top pair.
Yeah, they used to
Looks
have.
like he's just probably going to get a. Yep.
Aviator.
back
Magic
there.
McConaughey used to do commercials in one of their cars, but not anymore.
Oh, they're talking about the Lincoln commercials that used to have McConaughey.
Yeah, and then
Oh, he doesn't do that anymore because
He just said they don't do them anymore,
Oh.
but
Show is good.
I always thought they were on the cheesy side.
well, him at his house, walking to his car, smiling, and
Yeah,
You know what the hell's
driving
going
his
on.
Lincoln, saying something really profound about.
Would you recommend getting like an older?
I saw this weirdest movie by McConaughey. It came out in like 2019 or 20.
let me help
He was
you
in
figure
a
out which one. Because
a virtual world. I don't even know if that's it.
help you.
I saw this on the cruise.
Oh,
I'd never even heard of it. It's just you should. It was very interesting, very good. Like he really didn't exist. He existed from his son writing like his whole story.
interesting.
He actually died earlier.
Never heard of that.
in the war. Yeah, it was. You didn't even know that till an hour into the movie that he wasn't. It freaked you out. Just James, we've seen a lot of pocket pairs tonight, which is normally good, indicative of some action here.
Yeah.
So, got another pocket pair by Just James. I keep wanting to say Jesse James. I have to stop myself.
7 high
5-7.
board.
That should be a very, very comfortable flop for Just James, but he's going to check it out.
Ooh,
That's
the
why you
ace on the
don't
turn.
check,
That's why you don't check. Yep.
especially multi. Now, this could get fun. We have two players with an ace. We'll see if we've got James here going to call. He's actually ahead. His 9's going to play. His 9 still plays. Magic here is going to win this pot. He doesn't get bet out of it. And he's going to go 200 here. I think Riz has got to pay this off. Nice fold. He's better than I am. I would have called to pay that off the top here.
Yeah, that is a good fold. I think
Not many people make that fold,
Not-
especially in Texas.
not at all.
But I think I'm going to go tell him. I'm going to tell him that he got bluffed. What it?
2011, like their lowest model SUV. Like their lowest
Bomb pot time.
Why? Why?
Could have some excitement here if it's anything like our last bomb pot, 4,700.
Don't buy
Win in the middle.
Mercedes entry
That's what we're hoping for.
level. High-end Mercedes.
Okay. See, we didn't care about all like the extras and everything, but we also don't know the internals.
But I mean, if you're gonna buy a cheap entry-level Mercedes, go buy a Toyota. It's a better
That's
car.
kind of like what I
Gonna
thought.
give John in the box a little shout out, dealing the cards.
The thing with Mercedes is
Tough job. They have to call all the action into the booth here,
if you the higher end
along with their dealing
He's a very fun player, too.
responsibilities.
Incredibly aggressive.
Yeah.
$80,000
Well,
car.
that's what we were thinking because like, it is appreciated a lot.
Yeah. So, but no, but like
180,000 new.
One of the G wagons depreciates like $75,000 $75,000 in the first year.
I think it was just like a C class.
Yeah, no.
Heard
Well,
something interesting
That's
about
not
a
true. I
G-Wagon.
can tell you that.
So the reason so many people or business owners have G-Wagons is because they're above a weight limit that allows you to make them
For like 13.
a business write-off.
Okay, all right.
So you,
Well, that answers my question.
so because they weigh over, I forgot a specific number, like they weigh more than 6,000 pounds, you can actually write them off on your business. And so if you're a business owner, you can get a G-Wagon technically for much less. Because it's
I got to open a
yeah.
business thing.
Can be fantastic cars.
It's top set.
I
for
love
Bertram.
those. I love those. I love the G-Wagon. I've never
I
had
do
driven
too.
one. Never driven one though. I heard it's not that great.
Yeah, I love how they look. But they
Yeah.
generally are
What's your budget?
out of my car budget.
It's not really about like, it's really about like value.
Okay. What would be something you feel comfortable?
So we got 4 clubs on the top, which is really good. Oh, did the clubs fold? Someone had like a low
Yeah,
clubs.
Barber has Broadway on the bottom board, and Bertram has top set, so he's going to need the board to pair.
If you can't answer that, I can't help. If you
Nobody with
say,
clubs.
Hey, we're thinking about buying a Subaru that's new for $40,000. Could I get a nicer car and a Mercedes? I can answer that question for you. But if you don't give me any info, I can't really help you.
Bertrand's going to. I'm not saying he's also got the nut flush here too, so as a backup plan. So he could pair the board on the bottom or just get a heart. He really wishes that was on the bottom, but it doesn't matter. He's got the nuts now.
Gets there.
My
Wow.
last AMG, I paid $34,000 for.
It's gonna be a
drove it for 8 years.
Yeah, Barber's got a
and
straight on
14,000
top.
miles on it and sold it for 20 grand.
Yeah, chop pot. So
I did see somebody earlier throw away
Hell yeah. Hot
flush.
shit car for 8 years.
yeah,
What I was
Barber-
going to say is, I mean, yeah, that's probably the right thing to do. But when that queen of clubs comes on, he's got to like that. It's less likely someone else has clubs.
Actually, not the easiest call by Barber because he's
I think the
he has
stack
a
size
good
is-
enough hand on both
Stack-
boards
yeah.
to.
with Beltran's
to gamble.
Stack size. I think it was a little easier. If Kevin's making that play, he's got a much bigger stack. That might be harder to do.
I do hate that scenario where you have a 7 out of 10 on both boards, but nowhere near the nuts. So often you're
Yeah. No, it's
like, I'm kissing this money goodbye possibly, but you don't want to give up half of the pot.
I think you got to make those decisions on the flop. Like, am I going to go
Yeah.
all the way with this? What cards do I need? What cards are bad for me?
Yeah.
And most of the time, if you have to make those type of decisions in a bomb pot, it's usually just fold.
Yeah.
Yeah, you may lose some, but you're gonna. I mean, you may win some hands if you stayed, but you're gonna lose a lot more in the long run. So if you gotta ask yourself if you're gonna play this hand, go through the whole questions, but it's usually you should fold there. Hard to bluff. Hard to
They don't always go in.
see any bluffs here.
Yeah. Bluffing in bomb pots typically a bad idea. The one mistake, though, that I'll see new players make is they'll have the nuts on one board and they'll not pot it on the river to try to get somebody to fold, a hand that beats them on the other board and don't get the full scoop.
Yeah.
I see that mistake quite often. None of these players would do it, but you do see it occasionally at the lower stakes.
Ooh, this could be an interesting flop here. Magic's got a pair. Bertrand has a combo draw, so any heart, any 10 would give him a straight as well. He would win this, so he's flopped it pretty strong here too. I like Bertrand's betting here. He's just realizing that he can't
Gets
win
it
unless
done.
he bets. Can't just keep checking all the way down till you hit the nuts.
Then you don't get paid off.
Never do.
Where you from, Bertrand?
Florida.
Or is
Here
gonna
now,
leave
or
it
he's
eight?
visiting?
I'll go ahead and just downtown now.
You got the straddle is still on here by Kevin, so he's effectively he's got the button pre-flop here. It's one of the advantages of doing it straddling there. You get to be last to act pre-flop. Marginal hands here. Just James wakes up with Queen 10 off here. Magic with pocket fives. Again, I've seen a lot of pocket pairs so far, and he's going to look to set mine this. And Kevin has actually got 2 overs to the pocket fives. It's tough for him just to call, but he is going to call. I thought maybe I'd like to bump it up here.
I don't know enough to feel good about booking any action.
I'm not like a shark or anything. I just fuck it. I'm a degenerate. So.
All right. 2 kings on the flop. Nobody's going to hit this. The fives are still ahead. Just James is going to lead out for 20 here. Love Magic's calls. Good instincts there. He knew that it's tough to hit that board. Oh, it's not tough to hit that 10 though. James is wondering if Magic is playing sneaky now that James has some showdown value. He might check here. Well, he improved his 2 pair. He doesn't have 2 pair. He doesn't have the Queen 10. He has the queens and kings. So there you go. Just James is going to drag this pot.
15 is about the most I want to spend on that. Check to you, you're going to bet more than 15. So.
I mean, you were that hand you were gonna lose pretty much. Like if you didn't bet, it was your only shot at winning. Only shot.
Barrels on live stream.
All right, we do see spades here on the flop. Magic is in the lead here with top pair. We've seen this a lot tonight where people are just checking their top pair multi-way. Can be a little dangerous. Kevin does have a gutter here. Queen gives him the nuts. So Magic takes it down with no resistance here. What is going on with the cards there? Again, I want to thank everybody for hopping in here, watching the live stream here at TCH Austin. My name is Dante. If you'd like to follow me, Dante Poker at Dante Poker.
Live $20 straddle this hand.
If you're ever in the Austin area and want to play on to the streams, just give us a call or contact us, and we will get you on the felt here. Chris wakes up with a really strong hand here. He's got ace-10 suited, and he's got the button, which I think is even bigger. Barber is going to set mine with his threes. So he is one and done if he doesn't hit that flop. We have Jason Dunbar. It says hand pink. I guess that's an emoji. I was trying to read what that was. Hand peak waving. That's that. I get it.
Sent the HTML code, not the icon.
I know. I was like, I'm gonna have to type that in and convert it over to 2 pair there for Chris. Yeah, there's no way Barber's gonna continue here. Barber couldn't even beat a lot of his bluffs.
Yeah.
So it's one of the downfalls of playing the small pair, like we had talked about earlier, is like you got to flop a set. It's tough to continue at all. Those hands there.
In a lot of ways, I feel like it's just the easiest hand to play. You hit or you don't, and unless you're in position and you get a chance to bluff, just move on to the next one.
And we have Jason saying face blue smiling. So there you go.
Cool. I can visualize it.
I can too. I actually never seen that emoji, a blue one, but apparently it exists. All right, here we go.
They're like 200 miles an hour and can chase.
Do you have a job? I don't know how to ask that question.
Oh, yeah,
I was like,
no,
you
I'm
work?
IT
Oh,
consultant.
okay. That's what I thought because I think 'cause I used to work at Microsoft, and I think we talked about
yeah,
that
that's
once. Not in a technical capacity, though.
What did you do for him?
I was on the worldwide selling team, so I had a team of account managers, and we were trying to evangelize Microsoft ecosystem products.
Oh,
so now I sound like a...
yeah, you got there real quick.
I did, no. But that's all I know. That's all. I hated travel. That was the worst part of my job.
I did a lot of travel. I really enjoyed it in a certain role I was in, but...
Well, I got so fat. I
got tired of driving to the airport, but once I would get, I was like, if you're doing something on the company dime, you get to see a lot of the world for free.
No, I think at first, but after year 6, 7,
it's too much.
Just in my office or in every office at Microsoft, they have in your office they have a fridge, and I don't know who does it. I would go to work at 6 a.m. in the morning. I don't know who does it, but somebody fills it all with juices.
Oh, nice.
Pepsi. Well, not nice. I drank 12 Pepsis a day. So I like to blame Microsoft for all my illnesses. Wow, Kevin's gonna. Not that he needed it. He's gonna get a boat there. He's gonna river a boat. It's not the good boat. The only problem for Steady to even play this is counterfeiter, right? He's got 5 high at the moment, so he's gonna have to bet this. Yeah, he's going to need to make that much bigger. I don't think Kevin's ever folding.
Yeah, Kevin's not folding.
But he doesn't know that. And 75 is just, felt like 75 was more of a, I know I have to bet more, but I'm scared.
Yeah.
I don't mean to say that in a bad way.
Right,
That's what it felt like.
A lot of times you can get caught in that where you're like, well, I'm willing to lose this much on a bluff, but you're basically guaranteeing that you're not going to get it through.
Yeah, it's one of the things Steady's got to ask him, what does it got to take for him to fold? A pair, right? He's not folding 8s, but any pair. What is it going to take? Usually over a pot.
They named him themselves.
Yeah, I haven't seen the movie in a long, long time.
Yeah, it's 1980.
It's a very talkative table.
Yeah, we've got a lively one tonight.
Yeah, haven't seen Magic talk this much in a while. He used to always wear a mask. Remember? I don't know if you remember.
Oh, yeah, always. Yeah.
So I didn't know what he looked like until recently.
Yeah, that was a weird time in life where
Kevin's going to choose.
you only knew half of people's face.
I remember moving here in 2020 in October. Everybody had to wear a mask, and then in April we had to take it. I was like, "Oh, it's nice to meet you." It was like a whole thing.
Aladdin for your children, dude. 2024, you're on live wire trying to unbelievably broke. You have like
Good bet by Chris. I love that 3-bet versus just calling. Gives yourself a chance to win the pot now, and it established that I have the best hand or the best cards when he didn't. So I thought that was well done.
Got to have a three-bet range that includes hands like an ace-8 suited so that you don't get stuck in the scenario where every time you 3-bet, people can put you on just a very narrow range.
We do see a lot of people 3-betting the ace-5 suited, ace-4 suited.
Yep.
Kind of the same theory, although I'd rather have those type of hands than ace-8 suited. But still. And Jason Dunbar is laughing because we can't see the
his interpretive emojicons. It's all good, Jason.
Where are you from, Jason? Steady Eddie. 8-7.
Now Russia's like launch nukes from space.
Yeah.
All right, we see an ace right there. We do see hearts. Bertrand does have the queen of hearts for backdoor equity, I suppose, but he also has the gutter there for the nuts. Nobody has anything, so
I mean, the scary thing is like when
we do see Barber
the USSR
lead out
broke
here.
and you have like 13 countries all in like red nukes and stuff like. You know, it's one thing when it's like China versus.
I think the
US
6-5.
versus, you know, whatever.
I think Barber's going to fire again, though. He realizes the situation.
Barber just floated there to try to take it away. What? No? Doesn't try to take it away.
No, it was Barber who bet.
Oh, it was.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah, but I
like-
think the check on the turn sort of, yeah, you back yourself into a corner. Nice bet by Bertram there.
yeah, he probably thought
King
he had
high.
some small pair there. He knew he had to bet that other. He was ahead the whole way, but you never know that.
One gets launched. Is it over? Does everybody launch or things, or do people go? Wait a second, what happened before they relaunch?
I think it would be they would hit the coast.
No, there's a number of high value targets in Texas.
Put it in a
man.
balloon like you.
Giants Air Force Base with the home of the B-2 bomber.
Jason is from El Paso,
Yeah, Houston.
where my parents currently live.
Sure,
Jason, have you ever been to Avila's Mexican restaurant?
you know, like, yeah, Texas is not as safe as you think.
We're going to say goodbye to Dante. I'll be with you all the rest of the way here. Always good to be with you, Dante.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't worry, yeah, it's gonna get us all before the nukes.
Got a couple of folks with ace queen here. Just James with a nice hand as well. The tanks. Let's get an ace queen 10 flop. That would be diabolical. Big raise by Just James, and Chris not ready to fold ace queen suited. Tough spot here for Barber. Ace queen shrinks pretty quickly when you see a 4-bet and a call.
So their money
Does have
makes
position
more
though.
money. They're gonna get more than half the money, and nothing's ever gonna fix that, right? I mean, right? Yeah, I'm with you. So I'm thinking about running for office, and here's my platform. I'm gonna take Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg, Bill Gates, and Elon Musk. We're just going to execute them. We're going to take all their money and divide it among everybody.
You got my vote.
And then next year, we're going to take the top 1,000 richest people, and we're going to execute them and distribute their money. So you got a year to not be one of the richest 1,000 people. The next year, we're going to do the 10,000 richest people.
Ace high flop.
You can be wealthy.
Chris with the best hand way out in front here.
Yeah.
It's fucking 2025, 26, 100,000, y'all gotta go. 27, we're executing a million.
Everybody else lives better.
Just James is going to lead into Chris. He's just going to flat.
Yeah, but by 2040, we're executing.
Might be worried about ace king.
You don't have to keep going up. I think like 3 times, that'd be enough, right? And then we just
Interesting turn on the river actually gives Just James a few more outs. He can hit a 9 or a 10.
have toned it down. But like, you say, quit hoarding all the fucking wealth, or else we're gonna kill you. We're gonna take it back. It's not your
Not the
wealth.
best turn for Chris. Brings in some straight possibilities. And he's going to keep telling the story here. Big pot building.
You know what the difference between
I
$1
can
million and
spend
$1
$1
billion?
million, I promise.
I know. It's like
The difference between $1 million and $1 billion is $1 billion.
Yeah, yeah.
A million seconds is like 3 days. A billion seconds is like 11 years. That's a way to look at it.
well, it's like a whole It's like
3 days or 11 years.
in order of magnitude.
Yeah. No, like that's how much larger. It's 3 days or 11 years. Now imagine that in dollars instead of seconds.
It's
Chris makes the call.
Yeah.
2K in the middle.
Yeah.
Has to avoid a 9 or a 10.
I mean, we get rid of a few of them and then everybody else will fall.
Pretty safe river there for Chris.
Vote for me.
Just James really has 2 options. I think he knows his 10s are a bluff now. He's going to give up.
Except Putin's installed by the oligarchs, right? And is under control of the oligarchs. So
I think Chris has probably got to check back and take his showdown value. I don't know if he can go for more
stops doing what the oligarchs want.
more value, but he jams.
They're the ones that keep committing suicide by jumping off a building.
Yeah, certain ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, who knows whose power is
Those are really the little ones.
But I promise you, Putin is not the top of that.
Yeah, probably. I mean, well, same thing with our president.
Yeah.
Tough spot here for Just James. He's getting huge odds on a call, but is losing to
Yeah, yeah.
a lot of Chris's range here.
But I'd love to read a book about that. Yeah. Once upon a time in Russia?
Yeah, once upon a time,
Okay.
it is.
All right.
Does beat a missed flush draw. Might be thinking that if Chris had clubs, he's going for the big bluff on the end here. 10s might be good. That's the unfortunate thing for James. You can really easily talk yourself into the hero call here in the event Chris is bluffing with the bricked out clubs. It's also getting 4-1 on a call. Let's it go. Very nice spot there for Chris.
I almost hear a.
I'm capable of bluffing maybe.
You bluffed me. I almost made a really.
James says he thinks he got bluffed, but he'll be happy when he watches the stream back. Made a good laydown.
If I had an ace, I for sure would have folded.
Yeah, great, right?
What? I don't want to hear that. I didn't have a club in my hand. What?
Oh, he said good fold.
Yeah, I think it was fine.
Man, I almost zeroed off. Oh, I'm gonna be kicking myself.
30?
Raised $30.
I was gonna call 25% of the time. And that's probably too much to call. Too frequently to call, man. Annoying.
Couple of small pairs here. Queen high flop. 7s are still good for Bertram. Pretty safe flop for a pair of 7s.
I'm hoping you have 9s or clubs, and that's it. I think.
And great turn for sevens. The boat for Bertram.
You got 10?
Unfortunately, Rizzler, he does lead into him.
I had 10. Yeah.
See if he just flats here.
So much in the pot.
Pretty quick call.
No clue.
I don't love it.
You don't love
I don't love it. I don't think it's I don't love it.
I was gonna,
9 of hearts on the river.
I told myself I was
See
gonna
if
call
Rizzler, he
not one,
goes ahead and checks to
one
Bertram.
eight.
Bertram's going to have to put some more money in here. Fortunately, Rizzler's going to be folding.
You're absolutely right.
Does have the 4 of hearts.
Crush Alive says sold. 100%.
You know what I mean? If I called that hand into bar, you would say,
Yeah.
Of course, Bart would say fold.
Unfortunately, only beats 1 heart. Makes the call. Max value there for Bertram.
I do feel like you got away with one. I was getting a good price. I feel like you got away with one.
best donator.
It's really tough for me to.
Nicely played by Bertram, building a nice stack.
He probably just had it. He didn't have it. He didn't have it. Look at his smile. He didn't have it. I think he had it. I think he had ace.
Just James still convinced that he got bluffed.
Aces, ace, king. Hard folded an ace. It's not good for me to hear. Don't have that many.
Chris leading the way up 1.6K. Barber right behind him, up over 1,000.
I hope there's a card reader here.
Yeah, they're like, oh, Chris W with a mystery hand.
No, just something like completely like just some airball.
Fucking it's a crazy mystery. It's like queen 3 off there.
Yeah.
You raise, get 3 bet, and then cold call the 4 bet.
9 one time on it. 9 one time.
Top pair here for Kevin.
Bluffing, obviously on his turn. I was like trying to get jacks, queens, kings, full.
That's how you know you're a station. It's when you're bluffing, you get to the river, you're like, I do this all the time.
Not the worst flop for Magic's deuces. He's going to make the call. Unfortunately, drawing to 2 outs.
Yeah, I was bluffing on the turn.
Yeah, you're bluffing on the river, you get to the river, you're like,
well, I mean, like, the thing is, I do get like jacks, queens, and
Ace of hearts on the turn gives Magic a card that he can represent.
it's rough. I don't know. It's rough.
Bet and quick fold. Nice pot there for Kevin.
My glove drill there.
That's the thing. I get him to like by putting it in, like, he can't bluff me. Like if I put it in.
Thank you, everybody.
Takes
That's
what
like
time.
you got Jesse coming in. Good luck, yo.
Well, yeah. I mean, obviously not. Chris,
On to hand number 55. A little past 8 o'clock here. We'll be with y'all until 10 o'clock Central Time. Jason Dunbar asks, how much do dealers get paid? It is
no.
not a
Think about it for a long.
set amount. My understanding, although I've never been a dealer myself, is they get a certain hourly
Is it on the TV still?
rate, but the vast majority of their earnings are from tips. So common tips in a standard game will be a couple bucks a hand.
Yeah, let me know.
More for bigger pots. Kind of do the math on the number of hands.
Airball.
Speaking of dealers, we have Jesse in the box now. One of the many experienced dealers here at Texas Card House Austin.
I don't even know if Chris jams ace queen on the river. I think it's his ace king.
we'll be playing a bomb pot.
Yeah, I know.
Jesse will be with us the rest of the way.
When the board pairs, I want to call my hand. When it doesn't pair, I'm never calling. It's just nines.
Yeah, imagine.
I mean, it could be. Could be.
Bertram has flopped top set of aces once again on the bottom board. Bottom board being the board closest to the dealer and in your graphics.
Could have been nines.
You know my favorite hand?
I don't know.
6-7.
Is that what you had? We're about to find out. You just tortured.
6-7 is my favorite hand.
Rob, let's see this. Let's see the air ball. Let's see like the
Everybody with some equity on both. Looks like Bertram in the best shape here. Still has the nuts on the bottom. He's going to keep betting. Nobody with a 7 on the top. Kevin does have diamonds. Not the best diamonds for a bump pot, however. Actually, an open-ended straight flush draw.
You were small blind. I had ace queen. Yeah, I know.
Also has a club draw on the bottom board. So he's going to come along for 450. We've got a good pot building here, folks. Kevin will need some help.
I mean, after I fall down the whole way.
Does not come, so Bertram with a scoop makes top boat on the river. He's going to bet pot.
If it comes to 10, are you calling or jam?
Put Kevin in a brutal spot.
Yeah. Ace queen makes so much sense. Well, I was considering calling. I was going to call 1/8 the time. I had to pull the 10 of hearts 3 times. 9 one time. And Chris just sigh calls it off because I punt off so much.
Kevin did make trip 9s on the river. Actually, unfortunately for him, he lets it go. Great fold there by Kevin.
Oh, yeah.
Another nice win for Bertram. Scoops the whole thing. After getting stacked early, Bertram now one of our bigger winners. He's got a 2.4K stack.
I got a river better. God, if it wasn't 8, I'd just shut down too, probably.
Did we see what he had?
Yeah, he had ace queen.
Oh. Go ahead, you beat August. Sorry, small blind.
And we're back to no limit hold'em.
I took 2.5 minutes? Really that long? Was it really that long? I really considered it. I don't Hollywood. Why can't you have just had like queen?
Couple of 9s here for yes.
Why not, huh?
Looks like he's not getting much action.
Gotta pay to see, you know? Or wait 15 minutes. That's the worst part.
Yeah, waiting the 15 minutes.
If it was after stream, you would have called that. You would have been too.
I would have moved up to like 1/4.
Looks like Steady Eddie's going to come along with suited one gapper, along with Kevin. get the graphics caught up here. Ten high flop, and now a flush draw for Kevin with a pair. Yes's nines are still good. Unfortunately, Steady Eddie with the worst flush draw here. A spade on the river would be a disaster for him, as Kevin would have the better flush. And Yes's nines hold. Kevin's going to check his showdown value with a pair of sevens. Steady Eddie actually makes a pair on the river as well, so checks all around. Nines are good. Nice hand there for Yes.
And they have 0 max, right? Like you're hitting on grass, you know that, right?
Checks all around. Chris going to bet out with the ace of hearts. And is going to go ahead and take this one down.
Teddy, I don't think we've ever played together before. Have we ever played together? I think we have. Okay, maybe so. Yeah. I'm trying to like only play when I'm awake.
No. Why?
Listen to the commentary.
Plugging you into the right now.
They're like, he's not seriously getting a punting here with tens, you know? He's not
Or
seriously
you don't know his name, right?
writing $1,000.
And it only burns on this game, man. You don't have to plug it.
This is posture.
It burns, it burns.
Really tough.
I love to tell people like when they ask you, but then they don't know
Meeting
what
nines
to
and
tell
clubs
them.
and tens. That is it.
That's still 10.
Nines and clubs.
King Queen here for Magic. He's going to raise it up.
Nines isn't jamming as well.
Barber, let's go the suited one gapper.
A billion seconds is 32 years.
32 years.
You verified this? Somebody heard me say it on stream, and they texted me. They're like, "No, idiot, it's 3 days or 32 years. That's the difference between a million seconds and a billion seconds."
A billionaire that's famous final. That's 1,000 million.
I think more.
No, it's Well, more. He's saying more because like a billionaire can have more than $1 billion.
$1,000 millionaires. That's what he said. Like, well, he's right.
But a billionaire could have more than 1,000 millions. An average billionaire has more than 1,000 millions.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So technically, like.
Yeah, but if you're a billionaire with $1 billion.
I'm about to be.
So if you get
I
a
got
buyout,
my ticket for tonight.
we're gonna eat him.
Taking a whole like $100,000.
What's that?
Even after taxes.
Yeah, I know, but I'll have plenty. Trust that. I can make it work. I can make it work.
You'll have to get someone else to go pick it up for you.
Yeah.
For claimants, right? Like, you can do that, I'm pretty sure. But.
Yeah.
Oh, with the-
it's
with the
gonna be
Powerball?
it's gonna be like some
No, in
non-profit
Texas, I think
corporation
you
bullshit.
can get it anonymously. In Texas.
I know exactly if I were to ever actually like win the lottery, I know exactly the person I would go to. Like, what the fuck, right?
In Texas, if it's over $1 million,
Top pair here for Steady Eddie.
Yeah.
Sitting with a pretty short
From all
stack.
tax protected, and like like what do you do with a large amount of money? Like, there's one guy.
Very connected board here, but Chris with only a pair of fours.
He's my uncle. Like,
brother's dad's brother.
not one of the criminal ones, one of the legit ones. So.
Steady Eddie's pair of aces still good.
Yeah,
Chris really can only fold or make a move.
my stepfather's legit.
May try to represent Rivering in the flush draw. And he does. He's going to come over the top and try to bully his way into a win here. Steady Eddie sticks it in, decides he's got to go with it. Nice hand.
That sort of thing. Yeah. It's like, I don't want I don't want anybody all of a sudden be like, oh, that guy owes me some money now.
Yeah. I'd probably move first thing. Like, Austin's fun, but I gotta go somewhere else now. Like, somewhere nobody knows.
Leaderboard, Bertram leading the way up 1.3K. Chris right behind him, 1.2. Barber up almost 1,000. Yes as well, 700.
Like a home game, like this like stupid 1-2 home game that's been running around him for like 3 or 4 years.
Like he's the sole reason the game is.
The sole reason.
I know how that is.
I used to work at this company, and this woman comes in, and she's like, I just won the lottery, and I'm going to tell all you what I think about you, and blah, 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 and just starts telling everybody what's what.
Wow.
This is pre-cell phone days, and her husband's calling the front desk telling, tell her don't quit. They had the right numbers, but the wrong week. Like, holy fuck.
Oh my god, fuck yeah.
She had to apologize to everybody.
Yeah, can you imagine going back to work?
Yeah,
Yes is going to 4-bet his ace-4 suited from the button.
she was a bitch.
Nice move, takes down a nice pot, doesn't have to see a flop.
Really, I believe you.
That's losing twice,
Pretty
man.
big one. I had ace queen.
Twice bad.
Relatively tight.
Yeah.
Here's our V-Pips, Magic, the most active player, followed by Steady Eddie and Kevin. Just James, only 17%, but
This guy went for his birthday. It was like 10,000.
often predicated on the pre-flop holdings here.
I was just like, oh shit. I felt like shit. I could tell this guy really got your thing, man. I felt one of the worst decisions I've made.
You could sleep or something.
Yeah. Fortunately, I wasn't the one that had to tell him it was fake. But,
Rizzler waking up with the ace-king. Playing the short stack here. It's actually nearly all in. Just going to take down a small one.
That's not a bad take.
Kevin's turn with the ace-king suited. Raise incoming. Actually chooses just a flat call to going to disguise the strength of his hand. And gets a raise from yes here with king-jack suited. Could see some fireworks.
Oh, June 1st. I still have to lose like
Yes, will have position on Kevin.
24 pounds.
That's tough. That's close.
Chris lets go of the playable queen 10, facing a 3-bet.
Yeah, it's like 10 weeks. Still.
See what Kevin decides to do
I gotta
here.
lose like 23 more pounds. Basically, I have to lose like 23 real pounds.
King high flop would be rough here for yes.
Like if I just like
So Kevin has disguised the strength of his hand, but everybody bricks out on an ace high or 8 high flop, excuse me.
like last 3 days.
You wear a trash bag the last day.
You gotta go in a sauna with a trash bag.
No, I'll be all right.
Just backdoor heart possibility here for yes with his 2 overs. We'll keep telling the story.
But I think I said I did a water fast before, just for like a week before.
Yeah, I saw
Kevin
that.
has under-repped his hand,
So
you
like, that's
inspired me.
gonna be like the Trump.
so he's going to come along.
I made it 4 days. Oh, you tried the water. Yeah, and
Brick on the turn with the 7 of spades.
yeah. So I did it 4
Both
days,
players here with
but
just
I
2 overs, no draws.
feeling dizzy the day before, and I'm like, I'm not gonna be feeling dizzy when I just spent $1,200 on this golf school, right? So I went ahead and ate, but I'll probably try another week.
Good pot building, 752 in the middle.
I made it, like I said, I made it 4 days.
And yes, gets there on the river from way behind.
Want to be feeling dizzy well,
Could only hit the jack.
or just feel run down and like not getting my money's worth out of the deal. It would have been bad. So.
Yeah, you start day 4 is when you really start to like feel it.
Yeah.
3 day 4.
Kevin's got to know he's probably got to try to represent this jack to win this pot. Could put yes on
Can go wonky.
So yeah,
a pair, but he's going to go ahead and check and
that's what I would do 24 to 36 hour fast. A lot, but then
That's common.
I've never done a
see if yes goes for some value here.
fast.
I technically didn't make it a week. I made it.
Now with top pair.
Still, I mean, that's pretty legit. It's not Gandhi.
Might be tempted to check back though.
I'm like 15 pounds away at like 2 weeks from then. I'm gonna starve myself for 2
yeah.
weeks. Like I'm
You
just,
can get yourself into a tough spot where you bet and get re-raised and
yeah, maybe like whatever I have to do to get there. If I'm like
get a sickening feeling, but he's going to make a huge bet.
I'll do what I have.
I couldn't get any action going on mine, but I'm gonna do it anyway.
Has shown he'll overbet bluff. In this instance, he has it. Kevin could think ace-king high is good. He's going to mull it over, but let it go. Yeah, Jason Dunbar says in the chat went from 3% to 100. Yeah, he very fortunate to hit the jack on the river. King would have been a disaster. Nice hand there for yes. Having a good night so far.
Kevin, I haven't seen you since
Thanks everybody for joining us. Come play with us here at TCH Austin. This is one of the bigger games you'll see, but there are other stakes and our weekly tournaments. A lot of fun.
He might have been playing Portland with Omaha for all he knew. I mean,
Can play our Wednesday tournament for as little as a $60 buy-in.
he was just blackout.
Fun group to play with. $1,000 for first.
No. He's like a trust fund baby around here somewhere. He jammed goes all in pre-flop.
It was like trying to donate.
Gets 4 callers, flips over 8 deuce offsuit, and spikes an 8 and wins a $12,000 pot. You know,
Magic's going to be ahead here for the pair of sevens, but we do have a 4-liner to a straight.
That one night, the guy was
Any 6 wins.
four-way. Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Magic will take down a small pot.
Well, it was the same guy.
That's the guy we're talking about.
Yeah, it's the same guy. It was the hand before.
No, it was the same night. That night you were there.
It was the back-to-back hands.
No,
he
he
stacks
described
Kevin.
it kind of weird. It wasn't really against me. He doesn't have anything against me. I just happened to wake up with hands when he was jamming random.
Yeah, I only had you two.
He got it in versus you with like 5-4 offs.
Yeah, yeah.
Like you had like ace high or
But
something.
it wasn't specific against
No,
him.
it wasn't like
It wasn't even
like,
targeting
specifically
me,
against
no,
you. But you definitely battled him. Like, I wouldn't even consider it battling.
Well, yeah,
You just lost to him.
Yeah,
that was what it
You
was.
only saw some of the hands. I mean, we played quite a while before you got.
Yeah.
well,
He played okay for a while. except
Bertram
I
here with the
figured out,
suited
like, if you
connector.
checked him, he's going to always bet on the hand. So I was just,
Yes, as well, with better
There was
clubs.
a moment that night where he stared you down for like 2 minutes straight without saying anything. I don't know if you noticed, but
he
Magic just going to flat with the ace-jack from the small blind.
good, but it was one of those nights where, like, if I could get a fucking hand, I could really be up. You know, like, I think I won like 1,700 that night. But I was like,
I
one of
think
those
you
who,
were
like,
quiet, but you were up with
yeah, if you could. If I
And the
could
ace-jack
have
is
a
going to
hand,
flop top pair, top kicker.
But it wasn't just him. There were 2 other drunks.
Bertram with just a pair of sixes.
Guy that was just really bad. It was like, I just moved here from the valley 3 months ago, and I'm down 300K. And I'm like, well, I can see why.
Fortunately for Rizzler, he is also flopped top pair, but has the
He was on the street,
second best kicker.
slick back.
Also playing the short stack. This might be the end of his stack.
Yeah, it was crazy. I got home at 4:30 in the morning, and my wife was like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm never leaving that game."
like Bruce showed up, but Bruce was like, Bruce wasn't the action at the table.
Yeah, Bruce wanted to be the action so bad, but like
Has to make the call. Magic is going to take this one down. Unfortunate spot there for Rizzler.
Yeah.
Nice hand there for Magic.
Been to jail. Been to jail, Sonny.
Yeah, probably been to jail. Looks like he's been to jail.
Yeah, Bruce was definitely.
We'll move on to hand 66. Thanks everybody for joining us. We'll be with you for another hour and a half or so till about 10 o'clock. We'll be usually around 100 hands.
And there was crazy.
Ace-10 suited now in the small blind for Chris. Gonna raise it up. Barber will defend the straddle with 5-4. Ace-10 high still good. Barber does flop a gut shot to a 7. Has 5 outs. Nine of spades on the turn is a brick. Barber's going to go ahead and apply some pressure. Chris does still have the best hand, but no pair. He is going to reapply pressure. I think Barber is going to have to say, just kidding. Let this go unless he wants to chase his 2 outs now. And that's going to go in the muck. Nice play there by Chris. Did have the best hand.
What part of Leander are you in, Chris?
We just bought in Liberty Hill.
Oh, Liberty Hill. Okay,
Yeah,
sorry.
we're in Clearwater Range.
Okay.
Yeah, we like it. Love it. Closed Friday last week for a remodel with these things.
But they got 183 all the way out there. It's over. So.
It is. The road is so flat, man. It is forever to get home. I mean, you're on 183 between 5 and 6 minutes. 30. 20 minutes.
Like, coming north.
Bertram now with some Broadway cards. Going to raise it up
Really well.
From San Gabriel to 29.
from the +2.
4-mile stretches. 20 minutes. 25 minutes.
Kevin doesn't want to play 8-5 suited from the small blind. I don't blame him.
And they're digging under 29, right?
Yeah.
They're going to take that. That's wild.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean, I don't know how that's cheaper than just building a bridge.
No action for Bertram. Takes down a small one.
Less disruptive.
Yeah, crazy. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Man, we need that road.
You want the bump pot?
James.
Yes, sitting on the big stack here. He's got about 4,200. The Rizzler is going to have to get lucky very soon.
The business partner.
Who's also my mistress.
Just 117.
What do you mean your stripper girlfriend's calling you, Jay?
Well, my wife's watching.
Yeah.
I thought of this.
Go back door, man.
Two sets of 5s here for yes on both boards. The rare set. Magic now with the best set. Pocket aces on the bottom.
Queen. Does it have to make it to showdown?
Yes also has a set and a 9. So he is the entire top board tied up.
Quads today, then like, it's a lot of information. You know? If it's on stream tonight, still
So you can hold on to your hand. Yeah, that's what they told me.
You just hold on to your hand and take it home.
I wasn't quads today.
Looks like we're probably headed toward a chop pot with
I pulled 3 of the same.
yes having the top board well tied up.
Yeah. Do you think they'd still pay it if, like, red scored?
6 of spades, a safe card for Magic. Still has the nuts with his set of aces.
Today, it's like people could like do the removal.
You gotta balance it out.
All right, I should have folded.
The real question you should be asking is, how likely is it to get exact quads?
Extremely unlikely.
Like, what are
It's 1 in 250,000. There's
much higher.
there's 250,000 starting.
Oh, yeah.
PLO. Yeah, so
Yes is going to go ahead and pot it. We're going to play a big one here, but this will be a chop. Split it up.
You have to factor in 9 games.
yeah. So there's like what 9 divided by 250,000 that one of us gets it dealt. This is so unlikely.
Where are you getting there? Said, but where are you getting there?
Wow, set of 5. So
Next time I
with
will.
a 9.
Now that happened, next time I'm
That's almost a barter.
He's gonna misread your hand.
Shitty hand. You're always winning one pretty
No
much.
way of improving. No, not necessarily always.
Pretty much. I mean,
9-4, 9. What was the top card in the last one?
when you have a 9 in your hand, your hand's a lot
No,
better.
I had the nuts. But
Yeah. But you had a set of 5s on bottom as well.
Yeah. 9-4 beat you on the turn.
I mean,
Jack.
I guess you're way behind a set on it.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Oh, no. Oh, because you had 3-9. Oh, yeah, that's right.
Makes sense.
Yeah, you're right. right, you're right. The jack on the river, I think. I lose the jack 9. Eight raise 35. Pocket jack.
Chris going to raise up the ace-jack from the cutoff. Barber, let's go the king 10.
I'm glad he didn't have hearts. I'm like, I got the nuts on the bottom, but the heart dropping.
King 10 offsuit, not the best hand to play from the small blind. Don't blame him getting away there. So Chris is just going to win the blinds and straddle.
Yeah, I guess you get screwed when someone has a set with a 9. You have a 9. Yeah. Without a 9, I don't love it. When you have you're blocking one of the 9s.
My hand is not trying to put it.
See, I would disagree. I would think you're better off getting the money in the flop.
With pocket 5.
5's with a 9. Yeah.
With 5, oh, 9 5.
If you can get it in on the flop, yeah. I don't love getting your hand in like, on the turn. Yeah.
Matthew Myers says in chat, yes, has 9s full on the top. Yeah, I was excited about the set of 5 on both boards, but yeah, did also have the 9. He flopped the whole thing.
Why wouldn't you wait to see like, why wouldn't you be more tentative to put money? Because you're already acknowledging there's so many bad runs.
Right, yeah, wait for the strategy shot, Chris. You like it here?
Bertram here is going to flop an open-ender.
Hey, at least it's PLO.
Like, equity-wise, like, you're really not that far behind. Like, many hands on the flop, but, like, on the turn, your hand can be really far.
Barber with a gut shot.
Like, you can be dead on a lot of turns, but you're never dead on the flop. And, like, you're only behind, like,
No help on the turn.
I guess, like, I mean, you're really only behind, like, ace-ace 9 or jack-jack 9. Like, I mean, I guess, like, 9 king queen or 9 king 10, whatever it was.
Bertram's going to check over his open-ender.
They still have to improve on both then in that situation. And it's, like, you have,
And
like,
Barber gets there on the river
they have, like, a gutter. Or you have, like, 80%
with the straight.
and then you have, like, you have them with your head on top. But you have, like,
Bertram actually makes a pair.
I'm not hitting it all.
I mean,
I'll just put more money in versus like.
Getting pretty good odds on a call, but
I mean, what's going to outdraw against you?
not beating much. Does make the call. Nice hand for Barber.
Yeah, if an ace comes up top, but, like,
Rewarded for hanging in there. Just the gutter.
2 outs on one
That's what we vote.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, yeah. Somebody's got pocket 10s and a 10 comes, he's out.
You know what I mean?
Nice hand by Barber. Having a good night.
It's only 2 outs, though. Like, I don't know. You can't be too worried about, like, 2 outs. That's what I'm saying. Like, you're only, even if they have, like, ace, ace 9, you're not that far.
Why get it on the flop? Wasn't the whole argument initially that my hand was vulnerable?
Yeah, your hand's vulnerable, but it has a ton of equity against any hand you're getting it in against.
I have even more equity versus those hands that don't improve.
But, like, if it's, like, what if the top's, like, what if he has a hand like a wrap?
Yes, going to three bet the 10-jack suited from the button. Has played very aggressively from the button and with effectiveness.
You're a little late. He's very
Middle pair
Yeah.
for yes.
Rob's not receptive.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
Goes check, bet, fold. Nice hand there for
We
yes.
can take a vote. The table can take a vote. See if it agrees with.
We don't. The table's gonna agree it's bad to get.
What are you talking about, pot odds?
I'm talking about equity. You get to realize all this equity by getting it in. What are we talking about?
As far as PLO ball pots, I just try not to lose.
That's the goal. Lose less than everybody else.
That's the way to survive.
Try to win more than I lose.
Like if you knew how much I lost in those stupid $500 half bomb pods.
Oh, I hate those.
Yeah.
I'd rather not play any than play those fucking things.
Yeah, they're terrible.
Oh yeah, I got a hand that likes to protect. Oh, I can't do that.
Yeah, they're like, oh, I guess I call it a gutter. Oh, I got there. I'll go forwards.
Got the ducks for Barber here. Magic is going to play his King 3 suited. Bertram being the aggressor with his ace 10.
Wait, it was this Thursday was bomb pots only?
Pair for Magic.
I would have accidentally.
No sets for
I
Barber.
thought it was only PLO. Like, I didn't know it was bomb pots only.
Checks around. Now 2 pair for Magic. Goes way in the lead. He is going to bet and probably take this one down right here. And does.
A regular, like, no limit hold'em poker tournament that has a bomb pot button. Wouldn't that be fun? Like a tournament that has a round of bomb pots that has a bomb pot button. To do that? That would be fun. I would play that. That would be fun.
Rounders have
As long as you want a cat bomb pot in the damn tournament.
500.
That would be horrible. It's like 20 big blinds. There's no way they do that. They're just doing themselves a disadvantage, right? People will bust slower. They want people to bust as quickly as possible.
Dude, that mystery bounty tournament seems crazy.
Yeah. We almost played it. Like, I almost played it.
I know. I wouldn't have the time to play anything.
So, my family likes to play poker, but they don't play like real poker stakes or whatever. 35. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, they like to play
Raised to 35 by Chris with the Queen 10. Steady Eddie is going to play his suited King.
So we had spring break, and I knew we were going to have a poker tournament, so I went and bought some scratch-offs to be the prizes. So I bought, first place about $100 ticket, second 50, third
Chris here with middle pair, checks around.
one to be their bounty. So
Okay.
I bought 15 scratch-offs.
Make it more exciting for everyone.
Yeah. Well, I figured that way I could say our tournament, like, grand prize is a chance to win $10 million or whatever.
You win $1 million or more.
$10 million not guaranteed.
Yeah, not guaranteed. Well, I mean, it's like the only thing we have young people and old people. I'm like, it's either this or gift cards. Scratch-offs are more fun. So,
Scary run out for both players, except Chris now makes Broadway.
I turned $350 into 20. I'm like, that's impressively bad.
Does lose to backdoor clubs, but nobody with clubs. So Chris will take it down.
Texas has the worst.
No, but I look in the back. The odds of winning something on all of them were 1 in 3.49. So the fact that I went 1 for 15 on 1.349, I'm like, that's almost the same odds as like winning a significant prize, probably. Like, we got that unlucky.
Yeah, $100 tickets. I mean, you usually hit a little bit on defense because of your money back. It's like they're expensive tickets, right? That's how they ask.
Player winnings, we got Bertram up 800. Yes leading the way, up 1,400.
No.
Just telling you, playing for your mortgage.
I'd have to start like limping in every hand, I'd have to limp and play super passively for it to be fun for anyone.
No, man. You just
See the VPIPs?
This is why you don't play.
Measure of how many hands players are entering voluntarily into the pot.
They'd probably be playing free roll.
Magic being the most active all night.
Man, that's the word. Like, even with my family.
Yeah, exactly.
I just can't play for them.
Typically, you'll see a winning percentage somewhere in the 20s and low 30s.
Sorry about that when you go.
Occasionally, sometimes someone gets hit with the deck and plays a few more.
Sons of Italy, what do they have down here? Knights of Columbus.
I don't know.
VFW or whatever.
Yeah, so
rolls like 9.
yeah.
Magic here with a real hand in the small blind. He's got ace king.
Yeah, Yeah, so my wife
will
found
raise it
that,
up.
Like, when I was like moving up in stakes, like my wife found that group. I was trying to find like more 5-10, you know, like maybe 10 to 1.
Kevin with a very playable
And
king
she, like,
queen, but
messaged,
lets
like,
it go.
admin, and she was like, "Hey, like what games are running this week? Like, you know, I'm trying to play."
King queen does shrink up quickly to a 3-bet,
Really, there's a 5-10 going there, like 5 cents.
especially if you're playing out of position, as Kevin would have there.
Yeah, so she was like, she was like, yeah, like 5 cents, 25 cents. She's like, is there anything bigger? And they're like, how big are you looking for? She's just like, is there any like 5-10? And they're like, no, but like maybe we could get something going. Because like they thought that like she was gonna play probably, you know, so they wanted to call to play.
What a bold lie they told her. Maybe we can get some people playing 5 cents, 10 cents. Yeah, we're gonna see what we can get going.
Maybe we can get something going. And then like she was like, oh, I'm asking for like my husband. They're like, no, we're not gonna do it.
Magic now with another big ace, this time from the button. Once again, we'll make the raise. Nobody else with anything to defend with, so we'll move along here. And I will be taking a quick break and be right back with you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They're whales.
Yeah, just win. Yeah. Anything can happen.
You can buy a car, but you can't lose $30,000.
I'm not gonna shell out 30K cash for a car right now.
Play like
I'm not even probably gonna buy a car for like 6 months or something.
Tell me it's in that big
Yeah.
content.
Did see James pull up to the 5 cent, 10 cent game on a bicycle? He's been crushing these games like he bikes across Elgin.
Bike to get to the
Yeah,
minor
dude,
5 cents, 10 cents.
26 gears on this thing.
Oh my god.
Dude runs this place dry.
I don't know, man. Some of them bikes are pretty fucking expensive, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
You
yeah,
spend $10,000 on a mountain bike these
the
days.
city bike. Down here they got mountain biking. In Boston, everyone gets around on
Yeah.
bikes. You can find, multiple $1,000 bikes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Around. That's like one of the biggest grifts is stealing them from the city. But yeah, you get some really expensive bikes.
I got a bike, I figure, it's still right at about $500 a time I've ridden it. You know, like, I've ridden it twice and it's a $1,000 bike, so. It's still cheaper than my pool, which is probably still like $2 grand every time.
And we're back here with you folks. We're at 9 o'clock. We have one more hour of live Texas No Limit Hold'em action here from TCH Austin. Thanks everybody for joining us.
About that more and more, you're right. That's like a bold space line. Yeah, we're trying to get some. See if we can get a 5-10 go.
Middle pair here for Chris. Goes
Yeah,
check,
it's like
check.
buying for like one big blind, a 5-10, like a 5
Magic with just a pair of fives, but he's going to go ahead and make a bet.
They're capping the max at $25 at 5 cent, 10 cent.
Chris will actually go ahead and let it go. Nice aggression there from Magic. Wins him the pot with the second best hand.
I've played 5 cent, 10 cent before. You know, I've played home games. 10 cent.
Oh man, you know the only thing better than playing 5 cent, 10 cent is playing online 5 cent, 10 cent.
That's not important. Yeah. When I play
Players being pretty decisive with their decisions. We'll probably get to around 100 hands.
Like people can put all the money in, and I know they have aces.
You're in for $5.
Yeah. I'm calling. I don't care. Whatever. I'm like, I will call 7-5 offsuit. It's just whatever. I don't care. If I'm playing 5 cent, 10 cent, for sure.
Suited ace jack here for Kevin from the cutoff. It's going to make it a raise to 45.
I was playing I used to play like a home game 10 cent, 25 cent, and it was at my friend's house and I was living there at the time.
Magic with the only
I won like a lot.
decent
like, I was
hand
playing
here.
really high, but I was VPIPing like 80, 90%. Like
Have to be careful with Queen Jack. This is often the scenario that's a challenge, especially if we have a Jack high flop. You're then out kicked. However, we get King high. Ace Jack suited, still good for Kevin. He bets in a quick fold from Magic.
I haven't seen DQ on stream in forever.
He's like San Antonio.
Austin's too tough. Austin's getting tough, man.
San Antonio's got some tough competition.
San Antonio's got some really good games.
Yeah.
Especially if you want to play bigger. Bit too much action.
San Antonio 1-3 is like worse than Lodge 1-2. Like the play level is worse than Lodge 1-2.
I've been down there, man. You know what? The last time I was down there, I was picking up a dog at the shelter. And
Steady Eddie's going to limp in early position with ace-8 suited. Barber now with position in the cutoff with Queen Jack. He's going to raise it up.
That's how Columbus, Ohio is.
really?
Oh yeah, there's a fight like every week.
At the Shark Tank?
No.
Steady Eddie
Shark Tank's
preparing a call here.
like the D-Gen.
What's that town? Youngstown, Ohio? You ever been there?
Yeah.
Holy shit. Talk about a corrupt ass place.
Dude, it's
Top pair here for Steady Eddie. Out flops Barber's Queen Jack.
We were building like a Petco or something stupid, and we used all union labor except for security. They hired non-union security for some reason. They had poured a new parking lot. They come in the next day, it's just fucking nails all the way through the
King of clubs on the turn.
I didn't see nothing. So
Not the card that Steady Eddie was hoping to see, so he will check, and we'll see Barber may go ahead and represent this king, and that's exactly what he's going to do.
You went literally
not me, but the company I work for.
security.
Yeah.
Steady Eddie, not a believer yet. Still ahead with his pair of eights. Needs to avoid a queen or a jack, and Barber gets there on the river with the queen.
Yeah, we're gonna get fucked. They're gonna teach you. You will use union.
Another card that Steady Eddie was
It's not an optional thing.
not hoping to see.
You may think it's optional, but we'll show you that it's not.
Looks like he's going to go for a blocker bet, maybe represent the queen, but this is going to be pretty easy call here for Barber. He's getting great pot odds.
Hey, we're gambling for Jesus.
yeah, exactly.
I imagine he'll just think here for a moment and probably flick in the 125. And he does. Wins a nice pot. 537 headed Barber's way.
Really, that's like really how it is. And these are like really sketchy people. Like I don't
Unfortunate river there for Steady Eddie.
When I played in Cincinnati, I went over to Hard Rock, Cincinnati.
Is it Hard Rock? It's Hard Rock.
They got a Hard Rock. They got another casino out there too. But they only had Jack is in Cleveland.
And there was also Jack in Cincinnati, or it got converted to Hard Rock. I don't
Might have
know.
been maybe that was it, but
They have good PLO down there.
sketchy fucking.
Oh yeah, dude, that's how all of Ohio is. All the Ohio places. Cleveland's not too bad, but when you play the bigger games, it's sketchy people. Like in like.
I think the main thing was like it was just like a lot of odd drug money.
Yeah, if you are playing a bigger game like 5-10 and up, like half the people there, it's drug money. Like it's huge drug trafficking.
Yes is going to wake up here with a big hand. He's got queens from the cutoff.
Same thing in Albuquerque. Especially when you come to Austin and like
Bertram will make the call with a suited queen.
you play, 5-10.
There's plenty of sketchy people. Huh?
No clubs for Bertram. Yes, can't love the ace-high flop holding the ladies.
Right. There's some areas where, especially like, I do think it's like.
But he'll go ahead and c-bet, and Bertram
Winter gets the people or what? But like.
really with no draws, no hope there, so lets it go.
Everybody that lives there hates it, but they would never think of moving.
Exactly. Like everyone in Ohio loves Ohio. Like for the most part, if they stay. They'll joke about how bad it is, and they know it's like true, but they'll never leave. They're like, yeah, it's shit here.
Yeah, there's no jobs.
It's
They don't
shit
pay
here,
us
no
anything.
jobs. But you know, it's all
It's
right.
cold all the time. Yeah, we won't leave.
Yeah.
You know, like,
See you next week.
that sucks. 'Cause where I live, it's nice and there's good jobs and people go to the lake on the weekend.
Open ender here for Bertram with his queen 10. He will go ahead and lead out. Middle pair for Yes and Magic. Magic quickly gets out of there. Yes, looking for some help here on the turn. Bertram still good. Hates to see the queen.
But you were trying to gamble on women's basketball?
Reduces the strength of his straight. However, way ahead in this scenario. Takes that one down.
You ever read Amarillo Slim in a World of Fat People? You know who Amarillo Slim was? He, you know who Dolly, Texas Dolly was, Doyle Brunson, right? So Amarillo Slim was like his running buddy. He's, you know, played all those old Texas, you know, poker games and stuff. But he became a big prop bet guy. And in his book, he talks about, like, he made this prop bet against, like, his world championship ping pong player. He's like, they'll pay ping pong for money, but he gets to pick the paddles. Wow. And so the guy's like, cool. He'd been practicing for like 6 months, hitting a ping pong ball with a Coke bottle. Which apparently is like, if you hit it anything but the edge, it's going to come off, you know. So he takes this ping pong player for a bunch of money and using Coke bottles for paddles. He's got a ton of good stories like that in there.
Just James going to 3-bet the ace-10 from the button.
I'm assuming you just want to rip it.
Rizzler decides he is tired of playing his short stack and has put the rest in. He is going to have 8-7 of diamonds, I'm told. I know it's not showing on your screen.
There you go. I have a diamond in my hand. You're going to win if you got diamonds.
Makes the flush, which we will see here momentarily. Rizzler is going to double up there. Going to need a few more doubles. Things not going his way early on in the stream. Certainly happens to the best of us. Get the graphics caught up here and move on to the next hand.
Yeah, no, I've just been playing cash.
Yeah, wrecked that one night.
Yeah.
Sat down for like less than 2 hours.
Yeah, no, I kept listening to like Deuce 3 and like, I mean, I was just like, okay, after the third time, I was like, all right, I get the picture. I'm not winning tonight. I just left. Yeah, this guy jams on there. King 8 of hearts, and I got ace, queen of hearts, and of course he wins.
I just saw the 3 deuce thing.
Yeah, the 3 deuces, that was the final straw. I was like, all right, I'm done.
Just bear with us a moment. Occasionally the technology does not fully agree, but we're ready to go here.
All right, you get it. Unfortunately, after 20-something years of playing poker, I know not to rebuy on those markets.
Yeah, I wouldn't have been able to leave with any chips.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, damn. One day, maybe I'll be good enough to leave with chips.
Barber's going to play his king-queen. Bertram's going to wake up with the Gretzky hand, a pair of 9s.
I mean, it's gotten easier, trust me. Like, I figured out a long time ago that I rarely crawl my way out of a hole. And
Barber will outflop everyone here. Stand corrected. Kevin has flopped bottom 2. Barber now with top pair.
Anything else is just like.
Bertram's going to lead out with his 9s, but he's going to hear from Kevin here.
But I've never gone like, oh, I'm stuck, and then, oh, now I'm up 10 grand. It's usually like, you sun run.
Double checks his cards. Yep, that is 2 pair.
Friday I was down 1,000 after an hour.
I've never gone like uncard dead to like.
Will be very interesting to see what Barber does with top pair and a strong kicker, depending on what Kevin goes with. Looks like he's going to make it 175.
So somebody was talking about this guy with that game, that 10, 1, 2, 5, 10, 25 they do over there, the PLO. Like somebody started on the lower PLO with like 300 and ended up ran it up to like 100 grand and then ran it back down. Like,
Does not look real happy about it.
you entered with 300. When you hit
Has a bet and a raise ahead of him.
or you set a loss limit or something.
Yeah,
You know,
stop
like,
loss.
yeah.
95, 90, 89.
I think I heard 2 players left the game to go get more money so they could match her ladies.
He's going to get out of there. Nice fold by Barber.
And the next day, I think that lady owed people money as well.
Bertram here with just a pair of 9s. Overcard to his pair. He's been raised. This is not an enviable spot, and he lets it go. Nice hand by Kevin.
Give him a scoop, Jesse.
Thank you. 8 all in.
Just make sure I got nothing. Give him a scoop.
Nah, let baby magic get
And we'll move on to a bump pot.
that baby magic is sticking.
Well, it's now, baby.
I love
All
it.
right. Okay.
I mean, original gangster magic.
Yeah. Yeah, the part people don't read on that is my mom's nickname was Boom Boom, and I don't want to talk about that.
If you've never played at TCH Austin, we are located on 183 in North Central Austin. Very simple to come play. Just a $30 monthly membership.
No, I remember living on that bus.
Once you sit at a cash table, just pay a small hourly fee. There's no rake. Lots of different stakes and games available.
Just like an actual TP in the woods.
Multiple weekly tournaments, in addition to our special promos.
I mean, I was 5, so I loved it.
Set of 6 on the bottom for Barber. Kevin Y has the better set with his jacks. And Bertram has flopped the nuts on the top with a pair of kings.
I mean, I had a hatchet and a dog and like.
And Yes has the nut flush draw. We could see some fireworks here, folks. Everybody with a strong hand. Or multiple players, I should say. Open ender for the Rizzler with his queen 9 on the bottom board. Straights, not the most desirable hand in bomb pots. Often will be either a split. You can get 3/4 with somebody having the same straight. Obviously have to fade all the flush and full house outs. So Kevin is going to raise with his set of jacks, and Bertram just sticks it in. It's likely a split pot here. Quads for Kevin. So we will chop this one up.
Just got a cross. Like
Scary moment there for Kevin, actually Bertram had a scoop on the turn as he made Broadway, but that jack on the river bailed Kevin out from a brutal cooler. Very fortunate river there for Kevin.
You can barely make it out. And then kind of picture the cat in the hat on the side. There you can see what's good.
And we'll move on to the 2-card variety. Steady Eddie with suited Broadway cards. Gonna raise from the cutoff, actually call from the cutoff. Rizzler being the raiser.
You played Tom, yeah. Tom told me one day, he goes, you look like a dart.
Jack high flop, so Steady Eddie is gonna flop top pair with his king kicker. Magic gets out of there with just middle pair. Steady Eddie will take this one down.
Uh-oh, the 50? No, okay.
The Rizzler sitting with the short stack. Often tough to spin up. I have seen some wild spin ups though. There was one time playing here myself. A player got down to $18 and within about an hour had about 2,500. So it can happen.
And we ended up in Austin when I was like 3 or 4 years old. And then we stayed in Austin for several years. And then we took it to Arkansas for a visit, and the engine blocked froze. Like they didn't put antifreeze in it or whatever.
Yes is going to raise his pair of deuces and quickly take down the pot.
We lived in it and a teepee in the woods in Arkansas for a couple of years.
Just James, Bertram, Barber, Chris. Yes, all our winners so far tonight.
Then my parents started to ranch.
Rizzler throwing the party along with Steady Eddie and Kevin. Magic around even here.
Well, it was great, you know. Like I said, I mean, I didn't know my childhood was abnormal, but it was cool. They had these giant like parties.
Magic announces that he had a normal childhood.
Like harvest parties.
Good for him.
Hundreds of people come, and there'd be just like these feral packs of kids running around, like, you know, Lord of the Flies style or whatever. It was always a ton of fun. I think all kids kind of have that experience, right? Like, be away from adults.
Ace high flop. All spades. Barber with top pair, nobody with a spade. Checks around and a jack on the turn, changes nothing. Barber will bet and take this one, presumably, and does.
Yeah? Nice. Like, around the world, around the country?
I was in the military.
Okay.
And then I learned to travel all over the country. I was just, back then we didn't have
Yeah,
so I
right,
would
right.
spread out the map and I'll highlight it. This is what we're going.
Yeah. Nice. Well, that's what. Right now, I'm fantasizing about a giant road trip.
I hitchhiked in the 70s. And I had a
Hitchhiked
good
in the
time.
70s. That'd be awesome. Can't really do that as much anymore.
No, it's not the same anymore.
Big hand here for Steady Eddie. Ace King suited.
I used to pick up hitchhikers. My wife made me promise I would.
I used to do that too. I stopped doing that once.
Beautiful hand to open with, and he does. Chris will call with the Jack 9 suited.
Right? With like the business and buying now. And there's a major concern. We're trying to find a loophole around it. So like our Amazon account was originally in my name only.
We'll go 3 ways to a flop here.
It wasn't like kosher with Amazon.
Trey,
So now
queen.
We have to figure out a way to transfer the entire
Nobody connects.
accounts are like non-transferable.
You don't have to transfer
Steady
the
Eddie
account,
will
you just
bet
transfer
with
the
the
asset.
best hand.
Well, he's
Bertram, not a lot of reason to come along here, but decides to raise
because the account is so established.
and actually puts Steady Eddie in an awkward spot here.
On what can be sold. And we're like kind
But
of
he's going to go ahead and call with his 2 overs. See if Bertram continues to tell his story.
transfer the account to like our partnership maybe, but like
Why are you going to transfer the account? Keep the account and just put it in a trust that
yeah, like
he's
that's
allowed
kind
to
of what
control
we're
it
trying to
and you
figure
own it
out.
or something like that.
Yeah, we're
That's
thinking-
110 and
I
gets the
suggested
fold.
I retain 0.0
Nicely played by Bertram with a
So I
very
said
raggedy hand.
and like I'm technically still like own the account.
That sounds like a lot of risk to just to cover an Amazon account. Like, you're 0.1%, he goes like, commits federal crime or something. You know, like,
Oh yeah,
you
yeah.
know, like,
on the
oh yeah,
partnership.
you're now a partner.
Yeah, he's worried about like me in the future being able to like either lock him out of the account
Yeah.
or I mean, we've been partners and friends for like 7 years, but like, or like 6 years, but like anything could happen.
So the best one was the guy that owned Austin Ribbon and Computer here. He built like a really successful computer consulting.
Chris is going to open the King 10 from the low jack.
Computers came along, right?
Nobody else with much. Barber does have a suited 1-gapper with his 10-8 of hearts.
So he put the business in his wife's name, so it'd be a minority-owned business. She divorced and took the whole fucking business.
And does flop a flush draw. Chris holding the King of Hearts.
Yeah, like his name is actually already
Barber
on
will
every
bet his
website.
draw, and Chris
And like our partnership,
gets out of there.
like our partnership's EIN is like
Nice hand for Barber.
like we were able to transfer that all fine.
Always good to get a semi-bluff through.
I know, yeah. It's just kind of like venting here. It's like we're like the only thing is that the bank account details my name is the primary on the bank account, and he and I are both on the current bank account. So like he wants to change it to his name, but last time we changed it at all, the bank account, we were locked out of the account for like a week because they do a whole investigation on like.
I would just make sure the deal's closed before you change it into anybody's name.
Yeah, like.
Double straddle on here for Magic. Raising the stakes to 20.
Yeah, it's probably worth it to get a lawyer to write a contract up.
For 100K.
Or at least ask ChatGPT. I mean, you know.
Yes, as he has all night, playing position is going to raise it up from the cutoff with his ace-6. The Rizzler jams his small stack in with King Jack, and we'll have a race off here.
Lodge can be like, Lodge is really hit and miss.
Yeah, I King 4 of hearts and then jam. Fuck yeah. Oh shit, that's the wrong card.
Yes is going to outflop him, and it will hold. Rizzler not able to catch a final spade. So it looks like that might be the end of Rizzler's night. Could just never really get anything going. Yes will extend his lead as our big winner of the night.
Seat open, live stream.
Like there's like kind of a workaround too, like we can just keep the current bank account and we can like restrict my access to the account but still have my name on it. Like you're able to do stuff where like we both have to be present to make a withdrawal or something. Or like I can't make any like online withdrawals without his approval, so like I don't know. It's really messy. He's really concerned about it though.
Yes is going to raise King 8 offsuit from the hijack. Bertram lets go of his 9-6, just James. makes the call with his king 10 suited. Magic's going to wake up with a big hand, though. He has ace king, but was away from the table. Pretty unlucky there. Would have actually gotten out flopped by just James. He's now way ahead with his pair of 10s. Just James improves to the flush draw and is got yes drawing dead here. Looks like yes may be considering a move, but this would be the wrong time. I would imagine, based on stack sizes, we may see just James go with it here. It's facing the raise to 200, has 794 behind. And does go with it and gets the quick fold from yes. To Yes's credit, a lot of those aggressive moves in position have paid off for him tonight, but just James having it there.
My first wife, if we had traveled before we got married, I had a really weird hand. I didn't know what to do. I figured out make mistakes. You know, like we traveled. No, I didn't bluff you. It was one of those. But then me and my current wife, we traveled. I had king 10 of clubs. I didn't know if it was a bluff or valid. I think it just really brings out, you know.
Looks like we're going to have a new player in seat 3. That will be SJ, getting his stack ready. It's like he may be buying in for 4,000. Get the graphics updated here shortly.
I kind of want to do like an 8,000 mile road trip. Can't help myself. I have a lot of passion for the game.
SJ has bought in for 4,000 and is going to call the first hand with his 9-10.
Yeah, so I'm like, I think it could. 10 more. No, it's still 10. Oh, still.
Magic's had some good fortune tonight with suited kings. We'll choose to play this one from the big blind. We're going to be 3 ways to a flop. All spades, only SJ with a spade. Turn is a blank 3 of hearts. Chris actually still ahead here with ace high. 10 on the river will give SJ the W in his first hand. Wins a small one. Never hurts to win your first pot.
Well, the Mercedes drive, it's like have the adaptive cruise control.
Oh, yeah, you totally drive yourself, yeah. Massaging seats. It's got like seat kinetics, which is the coolest thing I've ever
We'll be with you for another 30 minutes here at Texas Card House Austin. Thanks again, everyone, for joining us in the chat. Feel free to chime in. Ask any questions. I'll do my best to answer. Also, always interesting to know where everyone's watching from. We've had some very interesting international viewers.
Well, I think it would be a combination, right? It would be, I think the focal point would have to be my boys, right? Like, they would be the stars of the YouTube channel. It'd be like them visiting all these cool destinations in a cool electric car, and we're going, yeah, everywhere on this giant road trip. I mean, I think you can get an audience for that, right? There'd be some people who'd be interested in the car, some people would be interested in the destination.
Kevin's going to wake up with jacks from the straddle and will make the raise.
I don't know. could flop, but then we just have like this cool family blog.
Steady Eddie will let go of his 9-5, and Chris, just the Jack-9, lets it go as well. So Kevin will win a small one here.
Oh, the point of the trip?
Like you're trying to take advantage of your miles.
Yeah, free miles and free charging and all that. And but also, my one son is 16, and the other one is 11. Pretty much my last chance to do something with the 16-year-old, right? Like, if we took a trip like that, it would be a once-in-a-lifetime kind of thing. And
Yeah, I meant like the alternative being flying.
yeah. Oh yeah. Sure.
Don't forget to like and subscribe if you're enjoying tonight's game. Always appreciated. Barber gonna 3-bet. King 10 suited from the straddle. Magic with the dominating 10 with ace 10, but Barber has outflopped him. Top pair for Barber.
Yeah. It incentivizes you to buy in a bunch. You know, you get a bunch of entries, but I don't want to fucking grind that hard. You know, just play one tournament.
He will continue on the flop for 75.
I mean, I think you need to enter like
Gets the fold.
probably.
Like,
I doubt. Just get really lucky the first two.
I doubt more than 20% of the field has a second bag.
You think?
Yeah, I think people are just like happy with one bag. And it's like
Now you're in the money the big day too, right?
yeah, you're
In the low money.
You can get the money day one,
Oh really?
which I didn't know. Yeah.
And this is that mini monster, or this
Yeah.
is the main event thing coming up? That's
No,
still
that's
coming up,
the
right?
mini monster.
April, or main events in May. But it starts
Mini monster.
It's a lot of time.
And that was like a $3 grand entry or something, though, right?
$3 grand, $2 mil.
I can fire a bullet, but I don't know if I fire.
You guys know how many entries were in the mini monster?
6,400.
Oh my god. Yeah,
Wow.
see, that's what I'm talking about. That's wild.
Crazy.
You may as well play the main event.
Right, obviously.
Chris going to raise up a suited ace and take that one down.
Even if you do well day one, you got to enter at least one more time to try to do well again. Like, you're just at such a disadvantage against the top 10% that will have that. If you're going into the tournament, you're at a huge disadvantage.
Looks like we'll get over 100 hands tonight. Players playing pretty quickly and decisively.
You know, one tournament. I don't like add-ons or any of that sort of thing in tournaments.
Jesse, of course, in the box, keeping the action moving along.
Yeah, honestly, I'd rather play like the main event structure. We fire a bullet.
Yeah. I don't even mind.
Ace King for Bertram. Under the gun.
I feel like 4 hours of rebuy.
He will raise.
You can do 2 hours of rebuy.
Chris is going to play the deuce 4 suited. And does flop a gut shot. Excuse me, not a gut shot. But bets and takes it down
Last one was
for Bertram.
one I was playing to fire multiple bullets, and then I'm kind of close to the cutoff, so I go ahead and just jam it all with a mediocre hand. I'm gonna rebuy. And they're like, oh, this is the one where you can only buy in 3 times.
or it's like the hand takes so long, the rebuy period is
Yeah,
over.
yeah.
It's like, or you win the hand. It's like, damn it, I wanted to rebuy it. I'm still 10,000 below starting set.
Magic now in the low jack with ace queen. He'll raise it up. Chris is going to 3-bet here with his king jack suited in position. Bertram also with a hand has ace jack suited. It looks like he may have got out of there. Actually was dominated by Magic, but would have flopped 2 pair. Magic now with top pair. Middle pair here for Chris. Goes check, check. Little surprised not to see Magic c-bet, but he will do the delayed c-bet on the turn here. And Chris makes the call. Just 4 outs. Does not get there. Looks like Magic will go for some more value. $500 bet on the river. And Chris gets out of there. Magic will show it. Nice hand for Magic. The graphics were correct. That could have been a great spot there for Bertram, but technically made the correct fold pre-flop as he was dominated. His ace-jack versus the ace-queen of Magic. Steady Eddie enjoying a snack.
No, I'm not straddling. I thought I just straddled 20. That must have been the left round.
No, you're just making change for
Yeah, I was just making change.
how much Kevin I think you put 25.
I mean,
We saw it, dude. We saw
you did
it.
put it in front of you. It's fine if you want to.
I mean, I would have played that hand at 25. You're going to make it. He was suited.
I want to take a moment to tell you about our Poker Atlas tour at our sister location in Houston, Texas. That is April 10th through 22nd. There will be 16 events, over $1 million in guarantees. Go to texascardhouse.com to see the full lineup of tournaments. Many different buy-in sizes, something for everybody. Pair of 10s here for Steady Eddie are going to be good. Yes has shown a propensity to raise Steady Eddie if he thinks he can get him off a hand. It looks like he's contemplating it again. Let's it go.
Yeah, I think I did the 25 last hand. I had 8-4 offsuits. I wasn't too keen to do it again.
And we're on to hand 100. Appreciate everyone joining us today. We'll be with you for the next 20 minutes or so.
Any of y'all ever play Optimize home game? Him and Jalen started the game. It's not been making lately, but I went and played it once. Sweet. The poker setup is sweet. Like anything you can want to eat or drink or like. All right, pretty nice. So I've been wanting to go back, but the game hasn't, because Jalen's been out of the country. Like the game hasn't been making. So hopefully when he's back, he'll make it again.
Just because he's not here, the game doesn't make.
Yeah, I guess he's the draw. I don't know. I
No.
enjoy he's the organizer, right?
Correct.
Yeah, but
I'm surprised Blake just doesn't do it himself.
I mean, but I guess between the lodge running that series and him, I mean,
Guessing
they would be like, yeah, we got a game, and then they would like a couple hours before they would text me, I didn't make it.
Oh, you're talking about the
Yeah.
That's how it's been recently. I was playing.
Ray's here from Steady Eddie in the small blind with a pair of sevens.
15 minutes from Elgin to Lakewood.
Magic going to come along with 5-4.
Yeah.
Yeah. $25 a game.
Holy shit. Oh, I guess what's the take? Probably 2 bucks.
It's like no, it's 5.10. Usually it's 5.10. I mean, every time I go, it's 5.10. Every time I go. Sometimes we make.
Ace high flop. Only Kevin connects with middle pair. Checks around.
I generally watch, but like every now and then.
Good turn there for Kevin.
Double rake a hand on it.
Less likely somebody has an ace. He will bet it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think, unless you're seeing how much rake. I played in a homie the other night, small one, $5 match rake.
Kevin shows the 9 deuce.
$5.
Yeah, I was thinking like you're paying like let's say you play like there how many hands do you think you're
Dealing quite a lot. I'm probably dealing like a
I
90.
mean, around a half an hour is standard kind of thing, right?
Yeah, but thinking about how much
It's probably like 200 hands. No, it's more than that. It's probably like 250 hands on average now. Because it usually goes for like 10, 12 hours.
So,
how many hands an hour you
Like 25 hands an hour, so I'm saying like 200 to 250.
That's a lot. 25 hands an hour is not much at all.
Yeah, no, it's very 30 is like average, yeah.
25 hours.
Are you doing bomb
yeah,
pots? Are there bomb pots?
In this game, I think it's like 30. I guess 25 to 30.
Bertram here with the premium. Ace king offsuit. Will raise it up.
It's like 8 to 10 hours.
If you're so 25 hands an hour, you're playing.
Kevin's got a suited connector from the straddle.
Right? Like,
We'll see a flop.
9 people, $12 would actually be $108.
Yeah.
Everybody misses. Bertram will check back.
It's probably averaging like.
You're paying $100 an hour.
From what I've seen, it's probably averaging 18 to 20 bucks rate per hand.
So you're paying like 80 to 90.
Ace king high is still going to be good for Bertram here. And they'll just check around.
Right?
Bertram will win a small one.
Think it through. So, if you're talking about 1 hour, well, here, if everybody paid hourly, that would be 9 times $12 an hour, right? So $108 an hour. But there, if you're saying 25 hands at $20 a hand,
25.
But they're not all. Well, I think it's like average.
They're not all going to hit the cap, but on average, right? Like we'll sign it. Yeah. Sure.
he said it was 18 to 20.
It's like 18 to 20.
So,
Say 18.
Around the 20, it becomes like
20 to 20.
it's 500 an hour. It's 25 hands, and they rate 20 bucks. It's 500 an hour.
yeah. So it's good 3 to 4 times.
I've always estimated the rate like 4 to 5K.
But, you know, you get
Six
like,
tips are $5. There's no
you know,
$1.
free dinner.
I was thinking, I feel bad
That's
about raking.
definitely a draw. Like
You gotta have a lot of fucking.
They got really nice shit. I was drinking 12 year whiskey.
yeah.
All night, you know. Like,
See, that's what I was thinking about
They
doing.
provide dinner,
Yeah.
but like you're not getting your value on it.
No, yeah, no. Not a 20.
It is like
it's
a
not
really
where you
soft
go to like
510.
grind probably, but it's a fun, you know, night
It's a
out.
super soft 510.
Does he have his own dealer?
Yeah, he gets lodge dealers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait for the hands to load here. See if anybody has connected. Anybody with a 3 or a 5?
Pay him like $300 and then go top. 300 now.
Did see a 3. That's going to be SJ.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm sure most wouldn't, you know.
You couldn't pay her $1,000 an hour to go topless and do it.
Most wouldn't.
You couldn't pay her $5,000 an hour to go topless.
Fuck that. 5,000 an hour.
Couldn't
I
pay
would
her.
go top.
I'm telling you, you
Hey, bro, I would fucking probably 150 an hour, dude.
cannot pay her.
You tried?
No. I just know her. She's
300?
not doing it.
Magic considering he does have the nut flush straw on the bottom, but on a paired board. Kind of interesting spot. Lets it go. I think that's a good fold.
I forgot Did we end the night on a bomb pot?
We did.
Well, they end the stream on a bomb pot. We usually play out.
Wait, so we have one more bomb pot after this?
I think it ended at 9:45.
Yeah, we got
Chris lets it go. Yes, we'll scoop that one.
Shots were at it. I forgot the name.
Continues his winning night.
That game's a little swingy. Yeah, no, it's not very good at grind. Definitely not. It's I just think it's funny, like, oh, Jaywin's not gonna be there, nobody will be there. Like, the hardest fucking player, right? Like, is gonna be there.
I heard he doesn't play.
He doesn't play? Oh,
I heard.
he's not been
Playing
there.
the 5-10?
I've only been one.
Jalen doesn't play.
He plays.
He plays?
He plays.
I assume he plays if he can't get a full lineup.
Correct, yeah. He
I
can play
also
both.
assume for the most part he doesn't play.
He said he's barely winning in his own game. And that's a pretty bad sign.
Is that supposed to attract people to play? Is that a selling point?
I don't know. Yeah.
Barber's going to wake up with the ace king from under the gun.
It's like I'm finally
That
winning
tells
in
me
my
the
own
rate.
game.
The rate.
Will 3-bet to
Like, if you're a
110.
pro, why would you say that?
Well,
Magic actually going to come along with a suited king, or excuse me, 10-6.
giving a lot of action or something.
Oh, yeah. No, he's not getting a lot.
Does flop a gut shot. Double gutter, actually.
He's playing really tight. He's like 12% V-pipping in his own game, like 10%.
Oh, it's nice when you get to pick your own opponent.
To be fair, I do think the game is beatable.
9 outs for Magic,
I do think the game is beatable. I think it's very tough.
and that is one of them.
Extremely tough. And it is a good atmosphere, I gotta say. It's a good atmosphere. I mean, I know some people who are
Big bet on the river here by Magic.
not seen in the game, so I don't
Barber, considering if his ace king high might be good.
would I? Never mind.
I wouldn't.
Never mind. Oh, well, that probably answers the question. No, generally no.
I've been at games with my partner.
Let's it go.
I think about the game myself.
Oh, there's a 5-5 there downtown.
Okay. Yeah, I'm right on 8. Yeah, I probably start a 1-3 game. Yeah, this 1-3 is like pretty big. What do they cap it at? No, I mean the rate.
Who was his name?
I'm sure it's astronomical. Yeah, I think
guy
I do
who
like
runs
$6
the
or
1-3?
something like that. Yeah, you know the thing is like. Yeah, fair. I don't really know what the appeal is.
Well, the whole appeal is that, like,
Yeah, I mean,
I think it would be cool. Oh, I'm the 10. Yeah. I like overlooking the city. Put more money in. Sorry.
like
Bertram with ace king again.
Like with the Lakeway game.
See if we can get a little more value this time.
Oftentimes, you can't find games that run that big, like in Austin. Like,
He will raise it up.
it's like your only option.
Nobody else with much, but yes, has a suited ace. He'll come
That's for the
along.
whole week. I mean, unless you're gonna play the Pierre's game. You're out of position. So like, but like it's the only games that go. Really.
Bertram unfortunately keeps getting ace king and keeps being unable to flop a pair.
just got the first two hands were like, you know, I lost the two
Yes,
pairs.
does
Like,
have
I
a
was like,
gut
man,
shot now.
You've been trying to get me this game forever, and you cold deck me right off the bat. Like,
Doesn't matter.
at least let me win a hand.
He'll overbet the pot, and this puts Bertram in an awkward spot. Just ace king high. Nice hand again by Yes. He has been scooping up a lot of these pots. Small and medium size with aggression. Nice play. Continues to be the chip leader, biggest winner, along with Barber. Right behind him at 1.2K. Bertram up about $1,000. Chris having a good night, up 700. Just a few more hands for you guys tonight.
No other place you travel, who's your favorite?
Be with you for a few more hands.
West Coast? Mine's Big Bend.
Love the West Coast.
Yeah, all the mountain region.
Mountain region, perfect weather.
Pacific.
Traffic is super bad.
Chris with the pretty tin jack suited will make the call. Just James raising his pair of trays.
Our girlfriend's never been. We're trying to plan a trip.
Haven't seen a set in a while. I think we're due. No such luck, but huge flop for Chris. Does not improve on the turn, but does have the flush draw and 2 overs. 11 outs for Chris.
Never been to San Diego in the spring.
So I want to go to San Diego. She wants to go to San Francisco. But
Threes somehow hold, so just James with the best hands.
It's legit, but San Diego's awesome.
yeah. I mean, I haven't been to San Diego, but that's where I thought about moving before I moved here.
Chris will go ahead and try to buy it here.
San Diego's got a lot of stuff to see.
Kind of tough to call with a pair of threes on this board, but is a bluff catcher.
San Francisco is kind of like, it's got a lot of shitty.
Nice call there by James.
I had more fun with it.
Will win with his pair of threes.
Okay.
But that's,
Yeah, I guess it depends on what you're after. You just want a little bit of chill beach time. That's San Diego. If you want to try like and cool down past up San Diego.
Yeah, I want to hit like the
If you want to
Padres.
see a bunch of sightseeing
I'll go to the
stuff,
Giants
then maybe San
and you
Francisco.
go like, when I was up there, I drove all the way up to Seattle. So
Yeah,
that's why.
that would be nice. Yeah.
I told her I want to wait till baseball season starts to go catch some games.
Seattle, how do you
Go
like
to Petco Stadium out there.
I hate Seattle.
Like a fucking
I thought it was
$1 billion Dodgers play.
Yeah.
You guys hear about all that shit with the fucking Ohtani?
No.
Dude, that boy was betting
Really?
big money.
Oh, really?
I would not
On
have
his own
expected.
games?
I would expect to be one of the best.
There's like rumors, dude.
Yeah.
There's rumors. There was $1 million bet place against the Angels when he was on the Angels.
I thought
It was minus 3.5 the other team and over 6 runs. And he was pitching. And he went 0 for 3 at the plate and they got 6 runs on him.
the 2-5 plays like way lower than
They're
these.
saying it was his interpreter. So like they're trying
Oh,
to.
yeah,
They're
yeah.
trying
Of course,
to.
it's the interpreter.
The FBI, I think, is going to get in.
Oh, yeah.
Magic with King Queen suited here is going to raise it up.
Real good into that kind of
Yeah.
thing.
SJ will make the call with his 10-8 suited. Ace high and a couple of diamonds for Magic. Magic now with the nut flush draw. Middle pair for SJ.
Yeah, that's how Denver was for a really long time. It was $100 max. Yeah, spread limit. But
So if you raise it 300, the most I can re-raise it is 300.
yeah,
That's awful.
but like they removed the cap in Denver, and then the games.
9 outs for Magic if SJ decides to come along here with just middle pair.
Same thing. Same thing with Phoenix. Phoenix was a
Does make the
$500
call.
max cap per pot. It was $500 like max cap for a long time up until like 2019.
King on the turn improves Magic to middle
You
pair.
only do a maximum of 3 bets.
Second pair.
I guess it's not that big, huh?
It's like if you raise and you re-raise. I could min-raise and like set money.
SJ checks over to Magic.
For the re-raise. Like that's what I was a strategy. Exactly. Now the Phoenix games are like some of the best in the country, my friends have said, because like
We'll keep betting here. SJ really tough to come along.
like 10-25 like every weekend.
He lets it go.
They just got a new room. There's usually like 50 cash games.
Nice hand for Magic.
Well, that's what I've never, as a mother,
We almost moved
I've
to
worked
Phoenix
since
instead
I
of
was
here.
18, and I've never taken off more than 2 weeks.
We couldn't have afforded a home.
And I'm like, I only take 2 months and go with my boys for a while.
Home ownership would have been out of the question.
Now, can I convince my wife of that? That's the next challenge question. I haven't even asked her, but I mean, like, hey, you mind if I take the boys for 2 months?
If you want to go
here,
together, let me
while you
know.
can take care of the dogs while we go see all this cool shit? It may not be the best. But
You can't take her with you?
possibly, but what do you do with 3 dogs for 2 months?
Couple hours. Oh yeah. But I never played there.
Rob, you want 3 dogs for 2 months?
Rob's already caught like 10 dogs.
They're good dogs. I'll tell you.
You want to take Brandon in?
Brandon would knock it out.
I know.
Incredibly slow introduction.
Barber's going to raise and take it.
Dog park a couple times,
The other part of
just
it
chill
is,
for
I was
like
going to take my brother.
2 minutes, you
and
know,
the
and then
title
like
YouTube
as soon as the dog is like on a higher ground in the park, it's like teeth are going. You know? I know we're like.
My dog Thanos, like, right, I'm trying to be home.
Thanos seems really chill. I like Thanos.
He's not good with dominant dogs, so it's like any dog that is very aggressive with their team.
That's Brandon.
Man, I went during spring break. Me and my son went for this walk at this resort, and these two boxers come rolling. Well, one comes rolling upon us like really aggressively, and I'm like, "All right, hey boy, it's cool, like everything." And then I see his buddy coming, and I'm like, "Oh, once he gets here, it's off." Like I'm getting ready. Like, I'm about to fight these dogs, and yeah, they're both coming out.
Barber's going to raise with his A7 suited, and SJ with a premium ace queen will just make the call in position.
What are you doing? And I'm like, get your fucking dogs. Like,
Just James also with a suited connector, 8-9.
walk down the street, man.
Wait, is this in California?
No, this was out in East Texas.
And big flop here for SJ. He has flopped the nut flush draw. Barber with bottom pair and just James with middle pair, so a little something for everyone.
Look, if I was carrying, your dogs are dead. I mean, I would have killed them both, honestly. As aggressive as they came after me. Yeah.
Barber's going to bet and get raised by SJ.
I'd at least had a beat on them. I might not have put a bullet in them. But
James will get out of the way with middle pair.
Oh, yeah, totally. Yeah. No, and they acted like I was the one that had a problem. Like, well, you don't own this place. I'm like, no, I don't own. I'm just trying to walk down the street, man.
People, you know, they love their dog like 70.
Well,
Barber checks and SJ is going to continue, and Barber will get out of the way.
They had this, I don't even know what it was.
Nice pickup there for SJ.
And he went after the kid across the cul-de-sac, and, like ripped off his calf, basically. It was on the news and everything, and they didn't want to give it the dog. And I went over and I told him, look, you can give up the dog.
And we will move on to our final hand, everyone. Thanks again, everyone, for joining us. As always, we will close out with a bomb pot.
They finally came to their senses and gave us the dog. But, yeah, I'm like, if you don't give up the dog, I'll sneak over there and kill it.
Quick reminder as Jesse gets the final hand dealt here. We do have the Poker Atlas Tour coming to Texas Card House Houston, April 10th through 22nd. That will be 16 events, over $1 million in guarantees. Go to Texas Card House Austin, or TexasCardHouse.com, excuse me, to check out the full lineup.
Brandon.
This is the last thing. This is the last thing. I'll just pick it. What happened, Brandon?
Just say Brandon got his own backyard, right? And he's loving it.
See if we can finish with a big one here, folks.
He just does run around in circles. Outside. Yeah.
Now he just needs a friend. Now he just needs a friend.
Oh no, Brandon does not want a friend. Believe me. He might want a female friend, but he doesn't want a friend.
Looks like just James has turned a boat with Jack 6. So he has a strong hand on the top board.
9?
He always has like at least 7.
I got 3, and I thought that's too much.
I fostered. So,
Yeah.
you know, bunch of them.
I mean, it's like, but once you go from 2 to 3, you now have a pack, right?
It's like Magic has Queen 8, 2 pair on the bottom.
Yeah.
Barber with
I just feel like Brandon's not a pack dog.
also some equity on the bottom. He is
But any male dog he's ever run into, he immediate aggression.
poor flush draw and a pair.
Yeah, he does well with very submissive.
Magic also with the 6, but no friend as James has, so he is well behind on the top.
Yeah.
But does have the 8-6 on the bottom for a straight. No, pardon me, no straight for Magic on the bottom, but does have the best hand. Just James checks the river here. We'll go over to Barber. Barber actually drawing dead. They'll show it down. And Magic and Just James will chop the final hand of the night. And that'll do it for tonight. I've been Kyle Frisbee. Thanks for joining us at Texas Card House Austin. Everybody.